tours and tasting, vineyard tours, that.
Lawmakers are working to come up with a budget agreement so they can raise the amount of
Borrow my brain for 5 seconds and just be like, dude, can't handle it. Unplug this bastard. Yeah.
everybody. What's up? It's Mikey and M-Park. We are back. Well, specifically, M-Park is back.
Mikey and M-Park in the morning for your commute.
All right, and today we have our regular group back together. We have, let me turn the music down a little bit more here. We have Omaha Programmer. Omaha Programmer, wave hello to the audience. We have Corey. Corey, say hello. And we've got Mikey and M-Park. And we also have a special guest, the Loser Elemist. The Loser Elemist, say hello. And of course, as always,
hello.
yes, and as always, we have our wonderful GM, Ari.
That's just perfect.
All right, so Ari, go ahead and take it away for us.
All right, shall do. As soon as I actually get on Twitch chat. There we go. Okay, so, when we last left our heroes, we were +1 hero and -1 M-Park, and now we are +1 M-Park and -1 Kinky. So, what we're gonna do for today is seamlessly transition. M-Park, you were here all along.
Yay!
And
Transmogrification.
yeah, right, exactly. And just we're not gonna talk about it.
We're not gonna. It's just gonna be.
It's just that's just how it is. Okay, so we have conquered the entire upstairs. So you guys got some serious bonus XP for that at the end of last session, which is pretty cool. And you've come down the elevator. And when you came down the elevator, you brought with you one of the researchers that works here in the building, here in this asylum. This is Dr. Canley, and she's going to be the little green. The icon is for an elf. She's a human, but whatever. I have limited tokens, man.
Oh yeah, this is the fight that started after the other doctor, the mortician wouldn't give Kinky, or wouldn't tell us where Kinky's stuff was, and so I grabbed him by the lapels, and he stabbed me with it. He stabbed me with a scalpel.
In one of the from what
dirty
I understand,
scalpel.
700,000 diplomacy rolls that you failed.
Yep.
And then he ran away. He's
then he
no
ran
longer
away.
here. And we have killed. We killed the murder plague zombie. Right? We killed the dead thing.
Yes, that's right. So so Dr. Blackwood, who is the mortician,
We never got his name.
Huh?
We actually never got his name.
No,
No,
he,
yeah,
introduced,
He gave us his
he
name.
introduced himself.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well then I forgot that.
Yeah. So Dr. Blackwood stabbed you. Grabbed a stabbed Mikey like right in the gut. Grabbed a some sort of surgical implement from the table, and ran and disappeared out through the double doors where M-Park is now standing. Then
My icon has changed.
Your icon has changed because I forgot what the other icon was called, so I was just like, what was it? It was like it was a heart. Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I just noticed it.
I mean, it was either that or it was going to be this one.
Hello, Eli.
No, let's go with that one's for Mikey for the crime purposes of his failed diplomacy check.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
I mean, it
also,
could,
hello, maybe
it could also have been this one.
Yeah, that's most with my strength of +0 and my con of -1. That is definitely the most appropriate.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Is that what comes up when you search for harp?
No, that's what I put in the word music.
That's
but
what comes
it's
up when you
just-
search for the word hard.
It's what came up when the first two letters of MU, so that was muscular torso.
I mean, all right.
That was the name of it. And I actually changed the icon of the zombie that you guys fought in this room because this one is much better.
It looks like a guy that's playing the Mesoamerican hip ball game with a fish.
It's a chalk outline. He's been murdered, and there's a blood stain.
I like my explanation
He's been
better.
murdered next to his fish.
I'm trying to think though what it's called.
Yeah. Oh, there's also a coffee mug.
Hyali?
No, it's played with you bounce the ball on your hip. It's
On
an
your hip?
ancient game.
Oh yeah, I think we've never actually found out the name of it. I know the one you're talking about.
I think it's just called Maya Ball Game. Yeah, Mesoamerican Ball Game. I think that's actually the name of it.
Yeah. Anyway, so when Dr. Blackwood
it
escaped
might
through the
have
doors
a
to the
name.
north there, the corpse on the table that was mid-autopsy reanimated. Its arms fell off and crawled around and attacked you guys independently. And the zombie itself, boy, it was not pleased about its arms falling off.
Is
So,
that what
but-
happened?
It fell off on its own. The arms left the body.
Yeah, well, it's mindless. It doesn't know that you didn't do it.
Oh, that's pretty
It's,
harmless
so
now.
if it's mindless, then why is it upset that its arms left?
Well, as Corey says, don't worry. Now that it's dead, it's pretty armsless.
Oh.
Oh, cute.
Actually, I like that one. That was good.
It's not bad.
So it is called Ulama.
Yes. So, the zombie has just crashed to the ground as we re-enter action. I'm gonna have you guys continue with. I'm gonna have you guys re-roll initiative for a new for the new session.
And that's
so
perception, right?
That's perception.
So if I have a +7 perception and a +0 initiative, what does that mean?
It means you roll with so everybody has +0 initiative except for the loser element who has a -4.
If I pull up the chat, will it fuck everything up?
Yes.
Okay. Burrow, can you just say?
Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. I will stop typing there, and if I know now that I know that.
Yeah, best to type in Discord. Okay, so what you would do is you would roll just a standard perception check. Tell me the outcome of that. So
Unless you're me, because I have a -4 to initiative.
right, and you have a -4 to that roll. Let's start with Fisk.
18.
Not bad. 18. Gilbert.
Gilbert rolled a 9.
Rolled a 9. Awesome.
Well, he rolled a 13. Got a 9.
Yeah. Zen.
22.
Vanwa.
19.
Well, you guys are rolling pretty good. Azure.
17.
17. Wow. This is y'all are bunched up right up at the top. Okay, so I'm gonna keep just initiative rolls, but we're still in you're in exploration mode for the moment. Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's just getting all the good rolls out of the way. All crap from here on out.
Hope not.
Okay, so you've got a couple of different options of what to do now that you're in this room. You know that Dr. Blackwood only like mere seconds ago ran straight north into those double doors there and slammed them behind him.
What are on? I assume that those are other like examination tables or gurneys or something like that over on the left side.
Those are other examination tables. Several of which have body bags that definitely are not empty.
Why don't I go ahead and start taking a look through them to see if any of them is Mr. Bloodgood.
Okay.
Do we not know at this point that Kinky is Silas?
I didn't know that.
Do we not know that in character? Did I just know that out of character? Okay.
That Kinky was what?
Nothing.
Never
Nothing.
mind. Apparently. I thought we'd figured that out. Apparently, I just
No. Apparently, you should have muted the mic before you said that.
Okay, so Mikey,
I'm sorry, that he was phallus? What?
Silas. That he is
Silas.
just a giant penis.
I'm pretty
Elemis, you're
certain we
muted.
know that he is not.
What are you doing?
Also, have I met Baruch's character in character?
Yeah. I think you were here the first time I played. My character is the bard that jumped out of the closet and scared people and almost got killed. Remember that?
I don't think it's on stream. With
I don't
him.
think I was there. I definitely would have been annoyed there was another bard.
Oh,
no,
no,
he's not
I'm
a
sorry. I'm not a bard. I'm the, what the hell am I?
He's an oracle.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I
Oracle.
still don't think I was there, but would not be annoyed because that's not, that's not trademark
bard.
infringement.
Oh right, aren't you a
Trademark
god?
infringement. Only one bard may exist in the universe at a time?
Per party, thank you. It's common law trademark, so it's only regional.
Common law trademark. Oh my god.
That's a real thing. But okay, no. So I'm going to pretend that I know you, but I don't think I was there. So what is your character's name?
And lawyers.
Oh, my character's name is Gilbert. Gilbert's a bit of an interesting person. He worships the internet.
I was
He's a cultist.
definitely not here for the Oracle of Silicon Valley.
We only recently discovered this part.
Okay.
Also, everyone was a little
there
bit
was-
weirded out when my character started ranting about the internet.
There was
and
a
I think the wizard decided to one-up me, right?
yeah there was a part where we were having an argument about what the hell is the internet and why do I even need it, and then I cast a pocket library and just reached through the ether and pulled out a tome with some random knowledge on it, and I'm like, look, see, I already have access to all the knowledge I'll ever need.
I consider that spell. It's a neat spell.
It is.
Yeah. My character's a cultist, though, so your logic doesn't apply.
All right, so let's keep. So we're in this room. Who is the elf or possibly Zora who is behind the door? Do we know that?
She is a
So
doctor
that-
that works in the asylum
Okay.
that we happen upon.
She's a Nazi scientist who hasn't decided to help, but also hasn't decided to stop us.
Sweet.
Yeah.
As I recently said today, let's put Von Braun up against the wall then.
Can
Well, we
you
drank-
make her sleep?
No, I don't have that spell, but you have a fist.
I don't necessarily want to cause violence.
Attempting to cast sleep on someone who is not willing is not violence.
Well, it's
I
different
did
than
try and
punching
wait for a
someone.
ring and then tried and failed.
Do you have the sleep spell
No.
prepared? All right.
No, I don't. I'm not even sure I have it in my spell book.
But maybe not. I thought it was the first spell book, but I don't know how spells work in. Clearly, don't know how spells work in Pathfinder.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
You get a certain number of spells that you can write into your spell book, but of those you can only prepare a
Right,
certain number
okay.
each day.
So it's not that you have a gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
That is the wizard shtick.
Well, I didn't remember if he got just a standard list of spells or if he got to pick which spells were in
No.
his spell book. Okay. Is she behind a locked door? Is that a barred door?
Oh, sorry, that door is open.
Oh, gotcha. So it's
Yeah, there's no.
She is
It's not
trying to cower behind a door frame.
It's not a door, it's a jar. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't like us.
I feel sufficiently brought up to speed on the situation to stop monopolizing the time.
We dragged her along with us because we didn't want to kill her, but at the same time we couldn't have her running off and telling everybody else where we were.
I'm sorry, I just like that phrase. It is not a door, it is a jar.
Also kidnapping someone, not violence, but all right.
Less violent than killing them.
So we've got 2 sets of doors ahead of us. Are they locked?
Well, the one that Blackwood just disappeared into, the one that you're next to, you definitely heard him lock the door behind him, and that it's a heavier metal door all around. It looks like a fridge door, like a walk-in fridge. The door to the east.
Oh shit!
Behind which Dr. Canley is kind of cowering in the corner there. That's wide open.
What
so
about?
No, it's not locked.
There is a double door that I'm not standing next to.
There's a double door that you're not standing next to that no one has tried yet. I'm also going to scroll around and show you that y'all have found a hallway to nothing.
Okay, is the square behind the doctor?
That's the elevator.
That's the
down.
elevator.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I wasn't sure
That's
how we
the
got
elevator. That elevator. So you guys discovered that elevator skips the first floor entirely and goes from basement, which is where you are, to second floor.
Okay. Do we want me to try to open either one of these sets of doors?
Yes, please.
I cast the first level spell, Mending. I have thieves' tools again.
All right, so mark off a spell slot for that.
Did I buy that spell specifically for this? Yes, I did.
Of course you did.
Okay.
My first thieves check is a 20
For the door directly to the north.
for whichever door they tell me to try on. What do we want to chase?
I
that
would
object?
try the door that our quarry has left through. So
Then
yes.
that one.
The door that we know is locked.
Fair.
Okay. So you got a 20?
Mhm.
Where's my table on it? Okay, that's one success. Oh wait, no, it's knock. No, it's not knock. It's mending. You cast mending. Now you're trying through thieves' tools. Okay, that's one success. Go ahead.
10.
Say again.
10.
10 is a failure by exactly 10. Hold on a second. Does that do anything?
How is...
Oh no, it's not a failure by exactly 10. I'm sorry. It's a completely different. It's a different DC. My fault. Yeah, no, that's a fail, but not a crit fail. So
A 20 failed?
No, my second roll, a 10 failed. 18.
That's enough to do it. So the door, you hear the click. Your thieves' tools are still mended.
Hey, if they've broken, I have 2 more level 1 spell slots today.
Yep. So that door is unlocked.
Did I find anything in these body bags, by the way?
Give me a perception check.
Can I guidance him on this perception check?
You won't need to. I got a 26.
Yeah.
He's so quick on the draw.
You found bodies in various states of decay. There's nothing like important. They're just wrapped kind of in shrouds. These are awaiting autopsies.
Are there any sort of like labels on the bags to indicate who they might be?
Nope.
Okay.
But with a 26, you did see that these are like one of them clearly died of like burns. Like this one is you know this is an older woman. She's burnt. Like 80% of her body is just char. And there's another one that's maybe like a teenager, like and frankly you can't even tell whether this is a male or a female corpse at this point, because it's just like the skin
The
on
fat
it,
has been rendered.
the skin is melted, the fat has been rendered, and it's goo inside this body bag, basically, goo and a skeleton.
So
and the other bodies, are in similar states of decay. One of them is covered in like horrible like whip slashes, like this person has been lashed, just all over, front, back, top to bottom. This person probably died of blood loss, and shock and trauma. These are.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
These are not people that. Yeah, these are not people that died of natural causes.
No, they died hard.
So one of these bodies might be Silas, or and then again it might not be. Is that kind of what I'm getting?
That's kind of what you're getting.
Okay. I can't positively ID one of them as being Silas.
Right, but you can't really negatively ID any of them except for the old woman. Unless Silas is very, very good at disguise.
Okay.
Okay. Does anybody else have any action they'd like to take before the next scene?
All right, let's go through the doors. We all go through the doors.
I'm gonna go over to Dr. What's her name? Just to make sure she doesn't bolt for it when we open the doors.
Okay, so you're just going to go over to her, like to stand kind of next to her.
Yeah, I'll stand in between her and the elevator.
I would like to check the other set of doors to see if they are locked, to see if there's any sounds coming from behind them, or any other indication that our presence has been noted on this level.
Make a perception check.
Is he obviously going and like listening at the doors?
Yeah.
Sure.
Guidance?
Go for it.
Neat. How do I guidance? No, it just works. You get plus
What is
one.
it? Cool. That takes me to 11 because I rolled a 3.
Okay. So listening at the doors, you don't really hear anything.
Sure.
There's no keyhole from this side that you can see. But like touching, feeling the
Is there
the door
a handle?
Yeah,
Does
it's
it
just
move?
like a regular handle.
Does it move?
It does.
Okay.
And
Cool.
yeah, so this is an unlocked door that is closed and not trapped.
Sure.
Any other actions before I start revealing stuff? Huh?
Kitty cat.
Yep.
Corey, pet the kitty cat.
Oh.
Only if mystery consents.
He generally consents. He makes his withdrawal of consent particularly well known, as you are aware.
As I am very well aware. Although not through my own choice.
Yeah.
Do we want to chase into the fridge?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So who's gonna open the door? Van?
The one who picked the lock.
I'm up to a whopping 20 hit points. Let's do it.
You're up to a whopping what? How many?
20 hit points.
Ooh.
I'll open the door.
Oh, you'll open the door? Okay, so let me open.
Oh, by
You'll
the way,
open the door. You're gonna. I'll be
are we
here,
we
and-
all back to 1 hero point?
Yeah, everybody's back to 1 hero point. It's the beginning of a session. So here is what you see. As you open the door, it is freezing cold in here. This is a cold storage room. There are many cabinets and freezers built into the walls, which you can see. There is. Well, let's see if we can find.
This is the door he went into, correct?
This is the door that he went into. That's right. Where's
There's magic going on in here. I know it.
I mean, it's possible, but it's also
Yeah,
possible.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for. I'm sorry. I'm looking for a token. For this. There we go.
Why did he? Okay, so he actually is in here.
Yes, I'm just looking for a good token for it. Give me just a second, okay?
What did he put it? Why did he voluntarily corner himself?
He locked the door. He didn't expect us to follow him.
Yeah.
Or he expected us to die.
Also
So
possible.
there was like 5 of us and 1 zombie without arms. Even if I didn't cast the heal spell, and
Blackwood didn't expect the lock-picking bard.
I guess not.
he's an intellectual. He's a really weird sociopathic intellectual, but he's
That's not what.
he panics under stress. He's not great at this kind of thing.
What?
Alternatively, he had reinforcements in the room.
Or that is him.
No. I forgot to add tokens before this. Okay, so
Wait, he went in and killed himself?
So there is an enormous reddish brown puddle of goo.
Yay!
Yay.
Hmm?
Oh, okay. And it covers much of the floor. It looks as if so it covers a like a wheeled stretcher. And much of the floor, and it looks like the stretcher had once held a dead body that disintegrated and burst. So the man who ran in here, Dr. Blackwood, he lies motionless on the floor near the door, covered in blood and guts. The surgical implement that he had grabbed when he ran into this room was a bone saw, and so that bone saw is just on the floor. It fell from his hand. It's not actually immediately clear whose blood and guts cover him, but he is definitely out cold.
Is he alive?
So that's a saber-tooth saw. I have a saw-tooth saber.
No, it is a sawtooth saber. Yes.
Didn't we already know this?
Is the red goo moving?
Is he is this guy alive?
Make
That
a perception
assessment
check.
first.
Well, you can't see around the corner from where you are. Do you want to move a little bit to the left?
So
I would like to move to the left as well.
Corey asked if the goo is moving.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the goo moving? No.
threat assessment first. Okay, then I'll step into the room to see if Dr. Blackwood is still alive.
Dre, you're awesome. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Everyone just got a hero point courtesy of Dre.
Yay! Thank you, Dre.
Okay, so you're gonna move. So Corey, you're gonna move into like where here or just
Sure,
or one
I like that. No, I
Okay.
like that right there.
Gilbert, are you still cowering over here in the corner, the coward that you are?
This coward is gonna cowardly cower at the bottom of the table.
It's going to cowardly
So,
cower
like, down here?
until he is
This coward will
cower
cower
no
in this
more.
particular cowardly space. Yes.
Until he can
yeah,
cower no more.
I've
Okay.
been bullied into being less of a coward.
All right. Zen, are you gonna like take Dr. Kenley and move forward or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna take her, and I'm gonna move. Move so that I stand directly below.
Benoit.
Van, thank you. And
Okay.
and she is to my right.
Okay.
Right, so that I can see into the room.
And Fisk, did you want to also rush in, or are you good? You wanted to check and see if he was still if Blackwood was alive.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so make a perception check for me, please.
Why am I rolling such bad but still good?
Oh no, you don't need to because you already have as part of your initiative. You rolled an 18. That was your initiative, so you can tell that he is very faintly breathing, but definitely out cold. He is unconscious.
I'm gonna do a medicine check on him to find out if it is due to an injury, due to him being an idiot and deciding to be in a cold room that he just locked himself into, or if it's something else going on.
You know, in his haste, he could have simply slipped on this puddle of blood and fallen on his ass.
But he's
had
pretty
pretty
far
laser-
away from it. I got a 12.
As a medicine check?
Yes.
Are you crouched down next to him?
Yeah, he is.
Guidance. +1.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you cast guidance, and that's what it works for. Like what, 10 minutes?
Guidance? I think it's one action. It's literally one check.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let's see. So, all right. So you want
no.
to tell what he, like what happened to him?
Yeah.
Blunt force trauma.
I stand up and ready to attack.
Okay. Azure.
Yep.
What are you up to?
I was also checking to see if Blackwood was still alive.
Okay. So I suppose nothing else really happens until the puddle does begin to move. It begins to kind of congeal.
Of course it congeals.
Yeah.
It's a
It
blood
begin-
demon, isn't it?
Well, you're not far off, actually.
Do I have time to whip out detect magic?
On the animate moving puddle?
Yes.
Just in case you think it's naturally.
Absence of magic.
You do not have time just
Okay.
yet because, yeah, it. So it is going to. What is its speed? Where the hell is its speed? Ah, there we go. So this great big blobby thing is going to move closer. Right there. And as it does, kind of a... the word that's generally used is pseudopod. It's just like a almost like a
that would be an accurate word for
it's like a liquid
structures.
tentacle. Just shoots out, and it's gonna just whack directly at Azure, who is right up front.
We have a tentacle monster and an elf bard. I'm just saying. What are you doing? Is it we have a tentacle monster and an elf bard, a female elf bard? What are you doing?
Wait, we have a female elf bard?
She's
not a female?
human. She's not an elf.
I'm a dude.
Well, I thought he was talking about the elf icon on the map.
Yeah, the music icon.
Is
There
me,
are
who
no
is
elves
a dude.
here.
Well,
Never mind.
You're a half elf.
I'm a half
but
elf.
you are not.
Who is also a man. So you were not right on either.
Obviously, all music people are women. Therefore, this is true.
I don't know. I thought Daniel was
This
a very...
digression aside, how much damage am I taking?
Right.
So
Anyway,
Azure, AC 26.
That is not a critical hit.
Okay, so it's a regular hit, just not a crit. So
Correct.
you are gonna take. I really should have printed this out.
It's helpful.
So you're gonna take 10 bludgeoning damage, plus 1d6 persistent bleed. So at the beginning of your turn, you're gonna bleed 1d6 unless you get healed up before that.
Does Azure have blood?
Effectively.
All right.
Yeah.
What are the rules for?
Azure doesn't not have blood.
What are the rules for dealing with bleed?
Persistent damage is taken at the beginning of your turn, the person taking it, unless they make a save for it.
What about magic healing?
Unless they, right, if they've been magically healed before then they would not be taking it.
Is that so? What's the third action?
So, with its third action, it's going to shoot out another one of those tentacle dudes and whack at Fisk. And even though because it's large and it's got reach, so this big ass tentacle just whips right by your ear, Azure, and Fisk is AC 27.
That hits.
That hits.
With a
That's
minus
regular
5?
hit.
Holy shit.
Does it have a
Oh,
minus
sorry.
5?
Right, -5, AC 22.
We'll probably still hit.
That still hits.
Yeah.
We'll probably still hit, but
Yeah. Okay. Oh, poor Fisk. So you're going to take 19 bludgeoning damage. And you're also going to get 1d6 persistent bleed. And that is the end of its turn. Top of the round, we come to Zen.
Azure, you might have to wait until
boy.
next round.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is a hell of a monster. I'm just fair warning.
Yeah, no, I'm just 5, 10, 15, so I'm about 20 feet away from it. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, roughly.
And the doors are open in front of me, right? I've got a clear line of sight to it.
Sure.
I will do electric arc.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep. So how does that work? Is that you roll an attack, or is that it just happens and I roll a save?
It just happens, and the saving throw is a basic reflex.
Basic reflex?
Yep.
Okie doke. I got a 9 on the basic reflex saving throw. Is that a fail or is that a crit fail?
What is your spell attack?
Yeah. What's your
I really like that.
your wizard
actually.
You need to find your wizard DC.
Oh,
Class
18.
DC is 18, so barely not a critical.
Okay, so that is a fail, so he's going to take full damage. I say it. It's going to take full damage. So
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, so how much damage?
6.
6 electricity damage?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You see, in the places, around it where sparks, hit it as the electric arc, surrounded it. Where sparks hit it, tiny little black blood clots begin to form and just fall to the ground near it.
Ew.
Yeah. So you've got one action left if you want.
Yep, I'm gonna cast Shield.
Cool. Okay.
Alright.
Coming up next, Van.
Soothe Fisk. Which will give
Okay.
you 1d10 plus 4. Fortunately, only 6. But...
6 healing?
Yes. You also get a +2 status bonus against mental effects, saves against mental effects for the duration, if that comes up. And then, since I have one action remaining, I'm going to cast the Focus Cantrip Inspire Courage, which gives all of my allies +1 status bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against fear for until my next turn.
Sorry, this was a what now?
I cast a cantrip, you get a +1 bonus to attack and damage until my next turn. Everyone does.
That's pretty cool. I just want to let you guys know I've just looked up the rules for persistent damage. I was wrong. It actually, you take that damage at the end of your turn.
Right.
After which you attempt a DC 15 flat check to see if you recover from it.
Does magic healing remove it?
Checking that now. Persistent damage.
Not unless it's something specific to the cause of the persistent damage. Persistent damage at base only goes away when you succeed at the flat.
What kind of bonus is it?
None.
It is what
Yeah.
I just gave you, Jonathan, is a status bonus to attack, damage, and saves against fear until my next turn. And you also have a +2 status bonus to saves against mental effects for 1 minute.
For a minute. Nice.
Yeah, that one lasts a lot.
Could you like send that to me or something?
I will drop it in the
Twitch chat.
or I'll drop it in the Twitch chat. Fisk has +2 status bonus to mental saving throws the mental effects. The party has +1 attack and damage, +1 saving throws the fear until Van's next turn. And that is a cantrip, a focus cantrip, so I can just keep that going persistently.
What is that called again?
The cantrip is called Inspire Courage. Or no, it's a status bonus. It's not a condition.
Oh, okay.
It's just, remember to add that to your rolls.
Okay, so is that all your actions?
That is all my actions. Heal and strum the loot.
Awesome. Fisk, you are up. Beginning of your turn. Remember, you are taking persistent damage. So
that happens at the end of my turn. So
that
I will
happens at
deal
the end
with
of your
that
turn.
Then.
If you wish, you can take you can take 2 actions to describe what you do to try and staunch your bleeding. And what that does is, if you've convinced me, the GM, I can choose to reduce that DC.
Rub some dirt in it.
Basically. Okay, but either way, you're up, Slugger.
Given the situation, I'm not going to do that right now. Instead, I am going to rage.
Wise move.
And I'm just double checking. So I'm going to rage. I'm going to take 1 step northeast. 1 5-foot step northeast. Which I believe is still in action.
It is still in action. That's going to cost you. I'm going to remove. I'm going to move this guy. Over here.
We'll remember.
But that's where he is.
Fine.
That's actually going to cost you 10 feet of movement, not 5, because of the unconscious dude there and all the blood spilling out of him. I'm calling that difficult. That's difficult terrain. Okay.
And I am going to attack the thingy.
Okay. Attack the thingy.
With a maul that is a D12. If I hit it good, it's going to be ouched. I don't hit it good. That's only a 10.
It is an 11 because you get a +1 to attack and damage.
Oh god, no. It's actually a... No, that's damage. Yep, it's an 11.
That's an 11. So it's basically a creature made of liquid.
You know what?
I
do hit it?
You whack right through, and it just through. It just kind of seals back up, and you deal no damage.
Indicating that this is how you're glossing a miss, or indicating immunity to physical damage? Is that
No, it's a miss.
Okay.
It's a miss. It's just
a miss. I'm
done. Situation.
I'm trying to describe that.
Okay, I was just. It would also be completely.
And a second attack is going to have a -5, correct?
Was rage a free action? Remind me.
I do not see rage as being any kind of action.
Okay, then it's free.
All
right, so second, Corey.
So I'm going to do one more.
Our resident lawyer.
No, I thought that there's a quick rage that I remember that there's a thing that they do. Rage is an action. It's a single action.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's got the one action symbol.
There's a feat that lets you do it faster than that, but
is that what that symbol is?
Yeah, that
little diamond thingy? Oh, sorry, that's my fault then. I don't know how this works. They're not telling me. There's nothing that says one action. I don't know.
Now you know that there is.
I don't know symbols that have no tooltip text to tell me what it actually is.
On Archives of Nethys, it has a tooltip text of single action.
Yep.
On Archives of Nethys?
The website. The Archives
website. It's the SRD.
I will drive
Okay, so that's the end of
so
your
it just
turn.
uses that one. Okay, cool. So yes, I am done with everything that I could do.
Okay, so here comes your bleed damage. So you're going to take 4 bleed damage. You bleed all over the floor. And as you do, because you're right next to the blood ooze, you see the blood that just kind of poured out of you,
Of course it does.
out of this big wound, just seep forward and absorb into the blood ooze.
I got a 16.
Not cool.
Okay. So
Not
no,
cool.
16 is good. You are no longer bleeding.
16's cool.
I think he's
Yay,
saying not
16's
cool
cool.
to the blood orb healing itself with our blood.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, no doubt. That is exactly what happens.
Yeah,
That
I'm
does
saying,
not
I'm saying
surprise
that's
me
not
in
cool.
the least.
Fortunately, we haven't damaged it yet, so well, I
Yeah.
guess you did do some damage with the lightning. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Never mind.
Hi,
Yeah, lightning.
I hit it with lightning.
Hey, I rolled like a 4. Give me a break.
No, that wasn't.
Okay, so that is the end of your turn. Coming up next is Azure.
I am going to take my first action
and I
to
have temporary hit points. Two.
find out where it's at. Just how far down on hit points are you? Omaha. Yeah. How many hit
Hold
points
on
are you?
just a second.
He has to add his temporary hit points.
That was 4 damage, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you took 4 bleed damage.
And then you stop bleeding.
Cool. Then I just lost all my temporary hit points. That's awesome. I am at 23 hit points out
So
of
is that your
36.
Okay.
Damn, dude.
Okay, so you're down 13.
In that case, I will lay on hands. Gives you 6 hit points back and gives you a +2 status bonus to your AC for 1 round. Action
cool.
number 2, ready sword. Action number 3, use sword.
Okay,
Monster.
make your attack roll.
Bastard sword.
+2.
Remembering that you have a +1 to your attack.
Okay, so that'd be a 17 total,
17, that is a hit.
which is good god, it like rested on 6 for like a half a second before it rolled over to 1. So that is a total of 6 points of damage.
Total of 6 points of damage. Okay, so you slice right through with your, this is a long sword, right?
Bastard sword, but yeah.
Oh, bastard sword, okay. Bastard sword? That's hand and a half. That's,
It's one-handed or two-handed, either one. It's versatile.
Oh, okay. Did you use with 2 hands or no?
Just one. Actually,
Okay.
I suppose I should have used it with 2, shouldn't I? Because I don't have much. Yeah, no, I use one hand. I already
Okay.
rolled everything, so we'll move on.
Okay, so you slice through and it goes clean through, and it is real good, and that's a good solid hit. And just after it goes through, you take a look, to serve it, you swing through, and you look to make sure that you hit, and you see the blood that is coming through this wound already begin to clot a little bit. So it's not it didn't heal up all of the damage that you did to it, but it did heal up some of it.
Corey, did you include your +1 on that?
I did
Perfect.
on both of those rolls.
Okay. So coming up next is Gilbert.
I take bleed damage first.
Oh, that's right. Bleed damage. Yes, please. So your bleed damage is off the book. You're gonna take 5 bleed damage. Roll a flat check for me. DC is 15.
I rolled a 10.
Oof.
You rolled a 10. Okay. So similarly, the blood that you kind of spill out onto the floor seeps forward and absorbs into the blood ooze, and it looks like it's now the damage that you did, clotted right up with that.
Cool.
So let's see. So you are still bleeding. Coming up next is Gilbert. I will give you your free recall knowledge check. This is an ooze made out of blood.
The blood ooze.
It's a blood ooze. It is a really weird ass creature that sometimes they're made from. They just kind of congeal wherever. There's large amounts of magic in a place, and also large amounts of blood. Blood that just kind of congeals into this gelled, liquid gook. And occasionally they're made from the blood of creatures with very different types of blood. For example, if it were dragon blood, it might gain some sort of energy resistance based on the dragon, something like that. This is not something that you've observed in the last few seconds, but you do recognize what this creature is.
Is it something that is known to be able to be cleaned up with soap or prestidigitation or congealed with chalk?
No.
Okay. Well, that means I saw people get hurt a moment ago. Fisk is hurt. Who else is hurt?
Azure.
I am at 50% hit points.
And Azure? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm actually fine where I am. Hold on a second. So I'm a little confused. If it says that I'm going to cast the heal spell, but it says on the one action it's a range of touch and it does 1d8 hit points. On a 2 action, it increases the hit points restored by 8 and it has a range of 30. On a 3 action, material, somatic, and verbal, it does AoE, targets all living and undead. When it's a 3 action, does it increase the amount of healed by 8? As well? Is
no.
it 8? It's just 1d8 then. It lowers it back down to 1d8, but for everyone.
Yes.
Is the blood ooze focusing on one person? Did it focus on one person, or did it lash out at both of them?
It lashed out at both of them.
Both of them?
And I think Van and I are at full hit points.
I'm gonna only heal one of them, and I'm gonna cast guidance on the other. So, which of them looks more injured to me from where I'm standing?
I am at 50%.
So that would be Azure then, right?
Yeah, so probably Azure would.
All right, I'm gonna cast heal on you. That's 1d8 plus 8 hit points. Restored.
Okay, so you roll that.
Oh, I do?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You cast it, you roll it.
Okay, it's you heal 10 hit points.
Not bad.
It rolled a 2. It was bad. Okay. And then guidance on Fisk. So Fisk,
Okay.
it lasts for, my turn, and it's +1 on his next attack, perception, saving throw, or skill check. So attack or saving
What kind
throw.
of bonus?
+1.
What kind of bonus?
Untyped.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, technically it's a divine spell,
This
but
it matters.
Yeah, it matters. Yeah, because bonuses with the same type on it, like if you have 2 different item bonuses, both to AC, you get to choose one. But untyped bonuses do stack. So if you have just like a random 1+1 and somebody else.
So
gives you
if
a
you're
random
giving
+2,
someone a bonus, make sure you let them know what kind.
Yeah.
So it would be untyped. Okay, good to know. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
No. Guidance is a status bonus.
It is a status bonus?
It is a status bonus.
It
We're
doesn't
already
say
getting
that
a
in the
status-
tooltip over here.
We're already getting a status bonus from.
Oh, never mind. Then I won't cast
so
that.
even though it affects, what does guidance affect?
Everything basically. Skill checks,
A
saving
roll.
throws, perception, and attack rolls. Just not attack damage.
Yeah.
So
Big
the
titles.
overlap is attack rolls, which means that theoretically it wouldn't get burned up on his next attack roll. And it would.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what Van's spell. What kind of?
Mine is a status bonus.
What kind of? Those
Correct.
are also status.
Yes, I did.
The
say
thing
that.
is that if something else is triggered that falls outside of that overlap, then guidance can still have its effect because Inspire Courage doesn't affect everything.
Right.
If you make a skill check, for example.
Yep. Yeah, it says +1 status bonus to 1 attack roll.
So it is
check.
still useful.
Yes.
Oh, it does say status bonus. Yeah.
But it is
Yeah.
still useful because there's only one overlap, and otherwise we're covering different things.
Correct.
What does your spell cover?
Attack, damage,
Specifically-
and save against fear.
Does it last for more than one attack, or is it just eternal, or just
It's
one
a
attack?
it's a cantrip. It lasts as long as I keep casting the cantrip.
Wow.
So it's one action
Yes.
or one.
Okay,
round.
so we can each actually apply the +1 attack roll for when he double attacks. Because it would be 2, right? 2 attack rolls?
No, because
No,
mine is on every action. Like if you take multiple attacks, mine pops on both attacks. Well, I also put it in the Twitch. I put it in the Twitch chat.
Okay.
I'm having to keep track of all the bonuses I'm being
Because
given.
that's the thing. Guidance is on one thing. Mine is until my next turn. So
Roll Pathfinder.
Well,
but yours would still give on
don't have
spell
anything
checks.
else to do, so I'm not going to.
You are not going to cast that spell?
No, I'll cast the spell. It can't hurt.
Okay.
But there's nothing else I can do, so whatever.
Okay. Coming up next is the Blood Ooze itself, and it's going to go after. It's going to go after Fisk.
Dang it!
Yeah. That is a natural 1.
Yay.
Yeah, so it's gonna try. It's gonna. So it lashes out, and then, but it basically just like whack hits the ceiling, or hits the cabinets next to you, something like that. It hits not you.
I'm sorry, I'm not 100% familiar with this system. Is there's like something I can do to make this worse?
You could laugh
Spycraft does.
Spycraft does.
That's why I have to ask.
You mean like a critical fail table or
Like
something? Or...
activating criticals things, yeah.
No, it's an optional rule, and I don't have I don't have the critical fail.
Okay, that's fine. I was just asking.
So it's gonna lash out again. 22 to your AC.
That hits.
That's gonna hit. Okay. Drop to die. On to please, thank you. Plus. So this pseudopod, this tendril of liquid gook and bloody goo, just nails you right across the face for 13 blood damage.
13.
And,
good lord.
oh yeah. And I dropped to die. And furthermore, it's gonna cause you to bleed again. You are bleeding. It cracks some of the skin on your face when it hits you.
And it took that -5 when it hit again the second time, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a serious creature.
Are you dead yet, Fisk?
I'm at 16 hit points.
Azure, AC 20.
As long as people keep trying to save me, it's going to die. Because if I can get a hit on it, that's 1 die 12 plus 5. No, 1 die 12 plus 7. 8. No, 7.
Some number, right?
It's tied to the stock market, so there's a lot of
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Hopefully it's not tied to the Bitcoin stock market.
Oh wait, no, it's
1d12 minus 270.
Yeah, but maybe, and I'm at full hit points right now.
And he's also
okay.
a wizard, which means he can't heal for shit.
Right.
So Azure, it's going to go up to you next. It's going to take that same tendril and just kind of come back. With the if that was a backhand, this is the forehand. Follow through.
No, this is another backhand.
Well,
it's hitting 3 times. Holy shit!
No. This is going to Azure, not you.
That's still a third
No, it's
attack.
hitting. It's actually attacking 3 times. That's what I meant.
Anybody can make 3 attacks in a round. It's a question of whether
I know. It just hurts.
So AC 20.
Good lord.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh.
Does it have a plus 15 to its attacks or something? Holy shit.
I can't tell you that without an occultism check.
Okay, I
somebody
have
has one
fucking
of those.
baller occultism. I'll make that check.
So do I.
What's your HP right now, Azure?
Tell me how much
What's your
damage I
occultism
take.
bonus?
Like 8.
19 bludgeoning plus
Why do
bleed.
you have occultism? You're a wizard.
Cool.
Just because you got
Can
a
he
shit ton of
bleed?
spells or skills.
I am still
Okay.
standing.
You are
I think it's
still
because
standing.
it's a devil test.
This is, however, you're starting to realize that this is a serious creature that
No, maybe not. No.
it may be worth thinking about.
What if we tried our strategy from before?
Which
Just
is
walked out and locked the fucking door.
so Zen.
Yes.
There's a
you're up
problem with that.
Light this motherfucker up, please.
All right. Can we both have occultism plus 8? Can we make occultism rolls to know shit about this?
That's an action.
It's an action, but yes, you can.
What are your spells?
what is
that
it
you would use?
What's that?
Recall knowledge, occultism.
Plus 8? That's some serious occultism you guys got.
Yep. Okay, is somebody planning on doing something on their next turn that's going to require a skill check?
Require a skill check? No,
No.
I can't. Pretty
No,
much
they're just
can't
gonna
do one
fucking
of
hit
those.
No. Can
Whatever.
probably cast my last heal spell.
Whatever the highest damage spell you have, use it.
Unless you have something that will let someone move outside of their turn.
Which I don't think he does.
I don't think I do.
So, yeah. What do you have that will do literally the most?
I mean, honestly, Electric Arc is probably going to be the thing that does the most damage to it, because that's 1d4 plus 4. I have Ray of Frost, but that only gets 1d4.
Can I make a suggestion for the next time we level up, if we ever level up? You could take a damaging spell at level 1, too. They make those.
Damaging spell?
Yeah, a spell that does damage.
Yeah.
Your magic,
I have a damaging
but it
spell.
I have 2 of those.
level 1 is going. A level 1 spell that does damage is going to do more damage than a cantrip that does damage.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So,
You're a wizard. You're a cannon made of glass. You're a glass cannon.
but shoot things.
Do
Get
we
bigger
need
cannonballs.
It
You need
recall
balls. Cannonballs.
Well, all right.
How many actions does Electric Arc take?
2.
Do Electric Arc and then recall knowledge occultism to see if there's a weakness for. Actually, reverse that. Recall knowledge occultism to see if there's a weakness, and then, depending on what we find out, Electric Arc.
Yeah. All right. So recall knowledge on the Blood Ooze.
That's what you meant by an occultism roll, right, Ari?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. 13.
Fuck it, doodle doo.
Yeah. No, I'll just take that. I'll let somebody else try.
You're gonna take that.
You.
All right.
Hold on.
You do have hero
Spend a
points.
hero point.
It's worth spending a
This
hero
is
point on.
This thing, Matt.
It's not.
This thing is kicking our fucking asses.
All right,
Okay,
fine. I'll blow a freaking hero point on it. Jeez.
Wait. I can't do anything. All my damage is mental, and it doesn't have a brain.
You can't do anything right now.
Yes, but
It's
on my
Mikey's
next turn,
turn.
the only thing that I can do is cast guidance, heal or scholarly recollection.
We need that.
Which will tell me everything about it.
Well, you're going to need to heal
We're gonna need to
the
heal.
barbarian.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
Alright, you have my last
Cool.
heal spell.
Fuck.
Because you now have two options. Kill this thing or take down the barbarian somehow.
Take down? You mean we're switching sides?
As in, you're going to have to incapacitate me in some fashion if you want to stop this combat.
Oh yeah, no.
Cool. So for 12, do I know anything about this blood ooze?
Well, you got a 13. You get.
Do
For
I?
12,
You don't keep higher.
Oh, never mind. I was wrong.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, you rolled lower? Ouch.
Yeah.
for 12,
Damn it.
It's gonna tell me that it's a blood ooze.
I hate
It's
dice.
an ooze made of blood.
It's a blood ooze. It's full of bones.
Can
for
you
12,
even tell
what you know
kind of
about
blood it's made out of?
what you know about oozes in general. They have very simple anatomies, which is clear. They tend to have low mental ability scores, immunity to mental effects, and immunity to precision damage. About this thing in particular, it's like it's on the tip of your tongue, but it's like it's almost like you read about it, once, a puddle of blood coming to life, and like it was studied but only mentioned once in some weird text that you weren't really paying attention that day.
Cool. Good thing I blew my pocket library spell, showing off to Gilbert earlier.
Yes, and we can have a conversation about how you will be so cavalier with spells, but want to hoard hero points like they are fucking gold.
Go to hell. All right.
And I will just say, and this is why you should worship the internet.
Hey.
So 2 actions left. What would you like to do?
Electric arc.
Electric arc.
Yep. Did you roll a
Natural
1?
20 on the saving throw.
Ah! All right. Well, okay. That just means I don't hit, right? Or it takes.
This
half
is
damage?
my shittiest die. Look, it's even brown, but I'm trying.
What does that mean exactly?
It means it takes no damage.
No damage. All right. Wow.
Some of the more powerful spells, it would take half damage, but that's a fairly powerful spell at that point. Probably level 2 or up.
So,
all right.
Zen, that's it for you. Van,
That's it for me.
Vanwell, you're up.
Okay. Who looks worse off in terms of hit points?
Fisk?
No.
Azure does.
Really?
All right. Azure gets.
Azure's
Don't.
pretty beat up.
Don't.
I'm going down at the end of my turn.
I have 16 hit points. There's a good chance I'm going down as well. How many do you have?
6.
6. Shit, yeah.
Well, if I heal you, it means you will survive the bleed damage and get to go.
Yeah.
No, that happens at the end of my turn.
Oh, right. Not the beginning of your turn.
Correct.
Okay. Well.
If you can heal, healing is good.
Oh, was your inspired courage until the start of your next turn or the end of your next turn?
I will have to pop it again. But why?
I'm just curious.
Baruch, you can heal.
One person gives me or a 1d8 plus 8, which is probably what I'm going to go for. Whoever looks like they most might survive. If both of them are still alive by the time they get to me, I'll try to heal them both, but I'm doubting that it's going to last like that.
The problem is that I can retreat, but I'm not likely to last another round. Fisk might be able to last another round, but he can't retreat.
So I have two
When
more.
you say last another round, do you mean another round or till my turn?
Another go around.
Well, your turn. You go before the ooze does.
I do?
Yes.
Well, you
Oh,
will.
neat.
Your turn will be before the ooze's next turn. Because the ooze has gone, and now we're just living in this world. I have 2 first level spells. Excuse me, I have 1 first level spell left, of which I could do Biting Words and do. No, it's immune to mental damage.
Almost certainly.
I could throw a fucking dagger. I have a sling. Or I could cast Soothe and keep up my cantrip. So
Probably.
well.
I mean, yeah.
What's your AC?
Azure?
Immaterial.
Yeah, it's hitting. It has not missed, except, well, no, it missed physically.
Not Azure.
It missed once when he rolled an at one.
What's Manwa's AC?
19, but I've got 20 hit points. Total.
It easily goes at least 20.
Yeah. I am going to be a one-hit wonder against this. That's
These 2 who are attacking right now are the only 2 who should be up against it.
In melee.
Sometimes options aren't, you got to work with the bad hand.
No.
I mean, I have range.
Going up to... If anyone else goes up to this, we're at TPK territory.
I have spells.
Okay.
I have ranged weapons that I can use against it. That's not a concern. My biggest concern is what is the best way
How
to
much
help
does
us
heal-
not die.
How much healing does Soothe do?
1d10 plus 4.
That seems pretty useful.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
So
Use it on Azure.
And a hero point if you need it.
Corey, what do you think? Use it on you? Use it on Fisk?
Use it on me. I mean, honestly, given that he is raging and can't retreat, our optimal outcome right now is probably Fisk gets dropped so that I can take him out.
Mm-hmm.
And we can retreat.
The button in the spell description.
So those 4 things that you had given to me as part of that cantrip?
Yes.
They may come back.
Okay.
The bonus is, yes. So I'm going to soothe and keep the cantrip going because, I mean, chucking my dagger is 1d4. But
Are you giving it to Azure or giving it to me?
It's to everybody.
The cantrip bonus is to everyone. You also have your mental effects one for a minute, but that doesn't matter against this thing. Alright, I am healing Azure. And I got 11. So you heal 11, Corey, and then I will maintain my cantrip. I guess technically it's recasting it, but since it's a song I'm playing, I just keep playing the song.
1 second. What did we do?
It's Munchkin!
He has been climbing onto my head.
Yes, it's Munchkin and Mommy. And Mommy is... Hold on 1 second.
Hold up one sec. Mommy is hold up 1 sec.
He has been climbing onto my head.
Munchkin's got a lot of energy.
Okay. Van, you've got 2 actions.
No, I don't. I soothe and cantrip.
Oh, you soothing cantrip. Okay. So you are all set. Fisk.
That is a...
What are you doing first off?
Yeah, what
I'm
are you
attacking.
doing? You're gonna attack. Okay, with your maul.
I have one option. Attack.
Yeah.
+1 attack. Yeah, that's going to be a 16.
That hits.
That's going to be 13 bludgeoning.
13 bludgeoning. My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
We finally get something meaningful. Yeah. 13
That's a
bludgeoning.
hit.
Okay.
Second attack.
Second attack. Remembering to take a -5.
Also a +1.
I did indeed.
Also a +1.
That is a 19. No, yeah, 19.
That hits. Roll damage.
11 bludgeoning.
Did you add in the +1 from?
I did.
Okay.
Okay. Third action.
And that's a miss.
How bad?
That was a total of.
Reminder: you still have a hero point.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to use a hero point.
Should have 2 because we got given an additional one.
You have 2 hero points.
Which had I rolled.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
Had I rolled a 1 or a 2 on the
Nat
healing,
20.
Oh!
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
I don't know what a natural 20 does in this game.
Normally it doubles damage, but oozes are notably are frequently immune to criticals, so it may not actually do anything, but it does at least hit.
Yeah, immune to critical, but you will hit. Do your damage.
16 bludgeoning.
Wow. You just took it down 40 hit points.
Damn.
I'm a barbarian, and I'm raging.
Also,
I have another damage bonus on top of that. I do +5 damage now, or +6 damage now.
And you get
That's amazing.
2 hero points from Mabian. Corey gets a hero point from Mabian. Mikey gets a hero point from Mabian.
2. Holy shit. Oh, God.
Mikey gets 2.
Thank you, Mabian.
Woohoo! I think Mabian is buying everybody up to 3.
It seems that way.
Okay, coming up next, Azure.
How badly injured does it appear? Is there a way to make a meaningful determination of that?
How badly injured is it?
Yes.
Well, there's blood everywhere.
Sure.
I think you got that right,
shit.
Mabian.
Hold up. We need one more thing.
I'm sorry, hold on.
How much damage do I take? And I fail the check.
Were you
It's persistent bleed.
Oh,
It's
that's right.
persistent
Yeah,
bleed.
you're bleeding again. That's right. Yeah, so you take... that's of course max damage on the die. So 6 damage. And that's persistent bleed damage. And it's going to absorb back the blood that you bleed onto it. But you still did a meaningful amount of damage. Corey, you were about to say, you were asking me how badly damaged is it?
Is there a
Pretty
way
bad.
that I can determine that?
I mean, it's
Pretty badly?
it's really
Sure.
abstract, but it's pretty. You noticed that when Fisk was, ramming his maul up it over and over again, it was not like clotting up. It wasn't absorbing anything. It was taking full damage. So it's been taking damage.
Point taken, Mabian. They're free as long as you're watching.
I have Hey, Mikey, you know the fun thing about putting it as a channel point reward?
we can
I have
redeem-
54,000 of my own channel points.
I have 158,000.
Right. Don't worry about...
It's a resource that
54,000.
renews at the start of every session.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make an attack, two-handed, wind up and swing on it.
With the bastard sword?
Correct.
Go for it.
That is a total of 16 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Dang it. All right. Unfortunately, roll 20. That's 6 on the die, plus 4 strength is 10, plus 11 total on the damage.
11 slashing damage. Okay.
11 slashing.
So, yeah, so you slash through it, and it is 11. Okay. Yeah, it is pretty badly damaged from that even. But it does seem to clot up a little bit along that splash that you did hit.
All right, I'm gonna throw another attack at it.
Okay.
13.
13 is a hit.
Good.
It's enormous and it's an ooze. It's right there in front of you. It's easy to hit.
12 on the die, so 17 damage.
17 slashing damage. Yeah. So the first time, it was that was a reaction to clot up. So it's going to take that full 17. So we are now at that amount. Was that all 3 attacks? That was 2.
That was 2. I was trying to decide if I wanted to throw a third.
It's up to you.
I honestly don't know that I've got a significantly better option in this.
Do you have any like potions or anything that you could, if you wanted to heal up?
When would we have gotten potions?
We actually did get potions.
Oh, that's right. You were not here, but all over the place.
Let me see. What do we have? We have.
I wasn't here. That means I'm not carrying any of them.
Oh, I guess that's true.
True.
Okay, so yeah, you have one action left.
That would be an 11 total on the attack. I will hero point that, and okay, that's an 18 on the die.
That hits.
Which is a 16 total. So yeah, sure. I mean,
yeah. Still hit.
17 actually, because I plus 1 from the anyway. Damage is 6 on the die, so 11 again.
Another 11 damage. It's looking really hurt.
But it's not done. Okay.
In fact, it's lost so much. Yes, hopping. Very good. Hopping up and down. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's lost so much blood out of it that it's beginning to shrink.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Which means it's pulled. Oh, it didn't pull away. Darn.
I'm
gonna put it there.
There we go.
Okay, and then I rolled a 14, so I hero pointed for the flat save to a 19. So
excellent. Okay,
I am
so
down to 1 hero point, but I am no longer.
So the bleed damage that you took though was 3.
Okay.
So you took 3 bleed damage, followed by that flat check, which you passed.
Yep.
So you are no longer bleeding.
Correct.
But boy, this blood ooze is just dripping all over the place and just going to pieces.
Okay.
So coming up next is Gilbert.
Gilbert. Are they both going to survive till next turn?
You better heal some of us.
Well, I'm going to heal one of you. The question is, am I going to heal Fisk or Azure? Which of them looks...
Why? I mean, okay.
Hilariously,
you can only do one of those. I'm at 10.
How many is Azure at?
I'm at 14. The distinction is almost it's trivial. Either one of us is probably going to go down in 1 hit. As we stand now. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the thing, and I'm gonna cast it at Fisk because he's got no choice but to be there. I'm gonna say at least. I mean, you can run away for a second. He's almost. The thing looks like it's gonna die soon.
So I'm gonna cast. Hold on, before you do that, I have a rules question. I'm looking at the rage action. It doesn't seem to me that there's anything preventing you from moving away from it.
I assumed it was his instinct.
I could move away from it, but I am going to be.
Yes, dice.
It's not that I can't move away from it. I can still think and perform actions, but basically, I am to attack an enemy until there are no more enemies.
Okay.
Or I fall unconscious.
Okay.
So
I just want to tell you, though, that rules-wise, you could move away.
I could move away. If tactically I needed to, I could move away. But I will be attacking at least once in a round.
It is not in your nature to move away when you have an enemy in front of you and you're raging.
If you could pull, well.
If I could get a tactical advantage by going around him and flanking, yes, I would do that.
If Azure could pull back, we could pour a healing potion down his throat.
I'm gonna cast the thing on Fisk.
Okay. Okay, so roll your healing point. Your
Healing it. Oh, that's very nice. That's a 7 plus 8. That's a 15 healing.
1.
Okay.
Nice.
15 healing on Fisk. Wait,
Okay.
I'm out of spells.
That is 2 actions.
I don't know.
It would cost you 1 action to get up behind them if you wanted to. Yes, dice. That's right. So that so that you could be in touch range if you wanted to, but it would also put you in range of the blood ooze itself.
I'm actually okay with getting hit once. My AC is terrible, but I can survive 1 hit. So I suppose move up, and then I guess if I can manage to soak in one of the blood ooze's attack, I'll just move back this time.
So
the question is, what can you do with touch?
It doesn't do anything. It just saves my action. It also removes the +8 hits heal, so I probably still wouldn't use it to heal. But it doesn't matter. I no longer have any heal spells. Oh, you're saying go up now?
What does putting yourself in range of attack do besides potentially letting you take a hit?
Nothing.
Yeah. What can you do with at touch range that you can't do otherwise?
Absolutely nothing. It weakens my heal spell, so I would still use the 2-option form of it. So it really changes everything.
So you're doing
I don't
that
actually have a healing potion either, so it's not like I can apply it by being next to you.
So are you doing that so that you can take a hit instead of Fisk or instead of Azure?
Yeah, hopefully it'll attack me.
Do you have any ranged weapons?
I have a hand crossbow.
Is it in your hand?
It has never been readied this entire event. So no.
Okay, then there is very little you can do with your 1 action remaining.
Maybe ready the weapon.
Yeah, maybe ready the weapon.
Take it out. Okay, I'll take it out.
Ready's a weapon!
Readying it.
Okay.
Prepare to ready the weapon.
All right. Coming up next is the ooze itself.
Yep.
It is not pleased.
I am most displeased.
Yeah. So what it's going to do is it is going to draw. It's going to spend all 3 of its actions. To draw blood and therefore life from the bloodiest thing that is in reach of it, and that is the unconscious dude on the floor at Fisk's feet.
Yep.
Okay, plus. Yeah. So that unconscious guy, Dr. Blackwood. Well, he's basically dead now. His skin just essentially exploded in hundreds of of deep, deep gashes.
Okay, so we're not getting anything out of him.
He was already dead.
I don't
What
think
were
we ever
gonna get
would
out of
have.
him?
No, he wasn't dead. He was just a.
He was
was
unconscious.
He wasn't dead yet.
Never mind.
He was getting better.
Oh, whoops.
Well, now he's
He
pining for the
feels
fjord.
happy.
I can go dancing. I don't know if that's actually something you said.
I feel happy. Okay. So, excuse me. Could you just roll my dice somewhere? Bring it back.
Yeah, he was unhappy with what you're doing.
I give him a
with the party.
D6.
And
huh?
he.
Moi?
We spend a hero point so that he's the one who gets to use the dice from now on.
No.
Okay. So that was okay. What?
Maybe
was
you
it,
just
yeah.
bought a hero point for Munchkin.
Aww.
That was very nice.
Did
of
I
you, Fabian.
not?
Thank you,
Oh
Fabian.
dear. Did I not actually select a class feat at level 1? That can't be right.
Okay. So that's all it's got. We're back at the top of the round. Zen.
All right.
You can do this right now.
Okay. Fisk and Azure, are you guys still bleeding?
I am not.
Okay, so just Fisk?
I believe.
I am still bleeding.
Okay.
Fisk is still bleeding.
All right, so I'm going to cast Diviner's Sight on Fisk. Fisk, basically what that means is that next time you until the end of my next turn, the next time you attempt a secret or a non-secret saving throw or skill check, you can use the number I roll instead of rolling, and my number is. Oh, I gotta roll a d20 for that. Hello. An 18.
Yay!
So you
I
can
will use his
choose.
roll.
Yeah, you can choose to take an 18 instead of rolling.
Yep.
Okay, so you'll still take that damage.
I will still
So-
take the damage, but I will succeed.
It is technically a flat check and not a saving throw, but I've already been mean enough to you guys, so I'll call it a saving throw. Okay, so
All right.
that's worth what? 2 actions from you, Zen?
No, that's one.
That's 1 action. You've got two left to blow.
Okay, Electric Arc.
Electric Arc.
Yep.
Zippity zappity zoop.
Here we go. That's a reflex, right?
Yes. Basic reflex.
Basic reflex.
Yep.
14.
Against my 18.
Yeah, does not succeed.
That is a regular fail. He's gonna take full damage.
That would be 7.
He takes 7 electricity damage.
Yep.
Okay, he's looking real.
What's the damage
hurt.
on this spell?
1d4 plus 4.
That's so almost max damage.
Yeah. So it's looking real hurt. It's
Does-
not pissed because it's mindless, but it is definitely dripping a lot harder and faster, onto the floor.
Just to
than
clarify,
it was.
it took 8 damage.
Oh, 8
Oh, right,
damage,
because of
excuse me.
yeah.
I just checked.
Oh,
It does
yeah.
not say weapon damage. It just says
No,
damage.
it's
rolls.
all damage. All damage.
All damage.
You electric arc better.
It's a conceptual buff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It is not quite down yet, but it's dripping hard and fast onto the floor. So all of that area now, that whole area, like the front, like let's say quarter of the room, we're gonna call that. It's very slippery and dangerous to walk on. So it's all difficult terrain. That was Zen. Van.
Is there some sort of blunt-looking, loose, unattended object within 30 feet of me in the room?
That is an action to look around and assess that. Do you want to use that?
God, no. Okay, I just cast the spell then. It doesn't say I have to choose something. You hurl a loose, unattended object that is within range.
Happens to be that one of those dead arms is at your feet right now.
I was gonna say, if nothing else, that dude had a skull. All right.
Yeah. So one of those dead arms is at your feet, and it's got a big beefy bone in it.
Does this? So a 16 will hit.
Yes, 16 will hit.
What is the lowest thing we've rolled that has hit it?
13.
13.
Do I want to spend?
And an 11 did not.
Do I want to spend a hero point to try for a crit, or to make sure I do more
They're
damage?
immune to criticals.
Oh, that's
no,
right.
just
Yep,
take the
yep,
damage.
yep,
Roll damage.
All right, so 1d6 plus 4 damage. That is a 1, so I'm going to spend a hero point.
Hey.
Wait, no. Does a hero point does not let you reroll damage. It'll let you reroll a d20 check.
All right, so my I do 1d6 plus 4. I rolled a 1. It's 5 plus my 1 is 6. So 6 damage.
6 bludgeoning damage, right?
Yep, because I specifically wanted it to be bludgeoning because I noticed that was doing full damage.
Okay, there is now a Looney Tunes-esque bone-shaped hole going right through this gelatinous gook, of blood.
And then with my one, if it's still up with my remaining action, I will continue to cast my cantrip.
Okay. That was Van. Fisk.
Is it still up?
It's still up. This is your opportunity, my friend.
And you got that massive, awesome roll thing going on, right?
I do. That is... 21 to hit.
That is a hit.
That does 17 bludgeoning damage.
And it splatters everywhere. Describe what happens. Describe the carnage in the room.
So I beat down on it, smash it right in the middle, and basically at that point, water balloon effect. The entire room is splattered in a spray of blood.
Wait, you went in front of your face?
And guts and probably bone shards that are in it that caused all the little ouchies.
Oh boy.
You went in front of your face?
How else do you take down a mall?
Well, you could take it like a slash. Anyway, so if it went right in front of your face, balloon effect would mean the only clean thing would be your face.
No, that would be the most dirty thing because I go down like this.
It would go around the mall, and the mall's right in front of your face. It would literally hit your shoulders, your body, your everything.
The only thing that would be clear then would be the ceiling right above it.
There's
well,
fluid dynamics.
Okay, if he's hitting it like in the front part of the clot, yeah, but if he swings down into the middle part of the clot, then he's gonna get some splashback.
Well, in any case,
he's gonna get some splashback. The question is in his face or not.
What goes up comes down. So
yes. In any case, it is very, very dead.
Just do it. Blood. Do it.
And the room is very, very icky.
Just lay down and
I absolutely applaud you for that fight. That was extremely difficult, and I was real scared around round 3 when it had already self-healed back up to full. And
I should get myself the damage. I still have one more round of damage.
Yeah, but remember I gave you that 18.
You did, and I'll be
Yeah,
healed
but
after
you
that,
ta-
but I still have
right,
one
you
round
take
of
the
damage.
damage first. 2.
Cool. And my rage ends.
And your rage ends. Okay.
Does the bleed effect end now too, or does he need to?
Yes, I
because-
saved on that with
nice.
with
Amazing.
Mikey's roll.
Awesome.
Yeah. I am very, very proud of you guys. Completely out of game. Yeah, that was pretty intense, maybe. I completely out of game. Partway through that, I was like, this is there's no way. They don't.
I rolled a 3 in that first attack.
Oh no.
If we didn't have,
And
if we had 2 people with healing spells, and that's a lot, and then we had 2 people
is.
that did a lot of damage. Oh, that's right. You
I
because
have
you
a healing
laid
spell
on
too.
you laid on hands.
Yeah.
3 people with healing spells, 2 people who were dealing a lot of damage. That could have gone either way, but we yeah.
When Fisk was able to land all 3 of his shots, that was really
That was
what
huge.
turned it around for us. It's
right.
yeah.
That's what a barbarian at full bore can do.
Yeah.
This last round, I rolled an 11 on my damage die.
Yeah, and I completely forgot about my core class ability. You should have taken 8 less damage there, Fisk.
Oh, your aura.
Liberating Step. Whenever one of my allies gets hit, I have a reaction where I can give them. It lets them move away, which is why I didn't think about it because I knew he wasn't going to be moving. But it also gives reduction 4 at level 2.
Oh yeah.
So there were 8 hit points left.
Can we
I'm
go
not
back
gonna
to
bother with what that actually does.
Omaha? Did you take a class feat at level 1?
Oh yeah.
There was a spot for it.
Because no, I want to make sure that you did, because if not, you definitely need to do that.
That was actually one of the things. I noticed that there was an open class feat, and I was exceedingly confused. So I didn't hear some of the stuff that Mikey did because I was fixing that.
Okay, so you have.
It would not have
taken?
impacted this combat at
Okay.
all, but it gives me additional options for future combats.
Good,
It would not
yes.
have come into effect at all.
Now that we survived, definitely, yeah. I just want to I was on the edge of my seat. Did I'm glad that
Yeah,
that
I moved in Raging Intimidation up to first level, and now my second level class feat is Sudden Charge, which I've always enjoyed charging into combat.
Nice. Sudden charge is great.
I
It's an
love
opener,
Sudden
though, so you
Charge.
can-
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
great opener though.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
rage, I charge. If I'm in melee range, I attack. It's great.
It's not just an
Yeah,
opener. It's anytime you need that extra move in the middle of a combat. Like say you drop one guy and you need to get to the next one.
Yeah,
anytime you get
if
to
I'm
move-
in the middle of a rage, I can do that and actually attack him twice.
I'm sorry, my
It's got
occultism is only 6, not 8. All right.
yeah. So it's got the open trait, which means it has to be the first thing you do on your turn.
Mm.
So you can.
I
Use it
couldn't
open
even
only
rage?
if you haven't used an action with the attack or open trait yet this turn.
So you
Oh.
could rage because rage doesn't have the attack or open traits.
Yeah.
So I can rage sudden charge.
Yeah. Rage and sudden
Okay,
charge.
good. Rage and sudden charge is the kind of thing that is the correct kind of combo for this. If I couldn't do it, that would actually why is this a spot? Why is this a feat? Okay, I was worried about that. So I would not be able to attack charge. I would have to do charge attack, of course.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay, so I'm going to take a quick break because it's now after 10 and I have a 2.5-year-old and it's bedtime. So I'm going to go take care of that and you guys just hang out and I'll be back as soon as humanly possible.
I am actually going to run, take my laundry out of the dryer while we're on break.
Okay. All right, guys, but seriously, I really want to emphasize, I was a little bit scared. I'm like, oh shit, did I TPK them? And
I don't think it was certainly a risk, but I don't think if Azure or Fisk had gone down, the next thing would if Fisk would have gone down, Azure maybe could have left earlier. But if Fisk would have gone down, they could have dragged him out and we could have closed the door.
It could very well have perma-killed you.
It's the other way around. That's the issue. If Azure goes down and Fisk can't retreat, then the only real option left for the other three is to just shut the door and be done with it. I don't think it was going to be TPK, but killing the two melees.
It would have been the end of Fisk. Yep.
Could it go through the door?
You're right. Well, probably not. It's a freezer, so it's probably very
sealed.
Yeah, it's a freezer, so it would have had a pretty good seal on it.
One of the things that went through my head. Difficult terrain. It costs you double movement to move through that square.
Although the way you ruled it, and thank you for ruling it, it costs double movement to enter the square.
Yes.
A lot of rules say through, and it upsets me.
Yeah, it's to enter that square is not 5 feet worth of your movement. It's 10 feet worth of your movement. Okay. I will BRB. Gentlemen, I'm very, very proud of you, and I have to tell you, I was this close to being like, all right, well, I'm just gonna cut his HP in half. And then you took him down.
And then I didn't
die. And make a character, then not die and be wimpy with the fights.
You know,
it's bedtime.
It would have been a very fitting end for Fisk.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
No, you go deal with the
go.
Yeah, bye, Ari.
There we go.
Is there something to look at in the blood splatter, or can I press digitation the disgustingness? Clean it up.
You probably cannot press a digitation this much mess.
What about?
There's too much mess.
Push it back into the body. I press digitation back to the body.
What?
Huh?
It says you can tidy. One of the things is tidy. Tidy, clean, color clean, or soil object.
Yes, but and you can do quite a bit with prestidigitation. This is too much.
The other question I had was actually okay. That's fine. Too much is too much. I can't figure out how I get my spell slots back as an oracle. Is it short rest? Is it only after a full long rest?
You typically get those back after a long rest.
Long rest?
Unless there's a feature in your class that says short rest. You typically get that back after a long rest.
Is for the other kinds of spell, not my regular spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
My focus
spells? that's short rest is so anything that you can recover with a short rest, your class is going to directly tell you, or that thing, or that spell, or whatever. Usually it's long rest, and that's discussed in the magic section. So that's like a general rule. Magic, all your spell slots recover at a long rest.
So, have we long rested at all in this adventure?
We have in this adventure.
I know that my character hasn't, but I was.
We have not recently, and there's a good chance we're not going to unless we're getting really bad off.
I got no more spells.
So,
we might be getting bad off then.
Omaha, we're playing Pathfinder. There's no such things as a short rest or a long rest in Pathfinder.
Well, shit. Then I don't know.
When it says short rest, there's a 10-minute thing for my focus spells. I gotta do something. 1 second.
Unless I'm completely misremembering, I don't believe that there is a short rest or a long rest in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Focus, you can't take actions to recover focus points, and they take 10 minutes to do so. And then there's 8-hour rests for hit point and spell recovery. But
8-hour rests. Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's basically what 5th edition calls a long rest, but they chose not to make that distinction in Pathfinder.
Sure. Okay.
I
believe. In 5th edition, I don't. That's just the one in my mind right now. I think it's similar for 3rd edition. In 5th edition, a long rest was 8 hours, and a short rest was 1, but that could be reduced to 10 with a, depending on if you want to incorporate that optional rule.
I thought it was a half hour for some reason, but honestly, I've played almost no 5th edition.
3rd edition,
I think also didn't have the distinction between long and short rest. That actually got edited in 4th edition, if I remember right.
I'm pretty sure there was a short rest.
There was
but
similar.
I think it was a very short rest. I think in 3rd edition it might have just been a 10-minute thing. I don't have my books here. I used to have all my books up there. But I'm pretty sure 3rd edition had a short rest. But I don't know.
You had a thing in that role. I'm relatively sure that the terms short rest and long rest came about in 4th edition. Could be wrong. Could very easily be wrong. I played almost no 4th edition.
Oh dear Lord. What is this supposed to be then? So I found an article. The title of the article is D&D 5e, How to Play 3.5. What the hell is this article about? I don't know.
Probably giving some pointers on how to make a 5e game more like a 3.5 game.
I don't know.
It essentially lists the house rules. There are ways to make proficiencies more crunchy. More distinctions in the skills, that sort of thing.
Oh God! In 4th edition, a short rest was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
It was literally just okay. We're gonna take a couple minutes to recover, catch our breath, so we can get to the next scene. Yes. I also don't think you got all that much out of just a standard short rest. I think that like most
you
of the things
didn't get a lot.
Most of the stuff that it did was it procced specific abilities, and those tended to start getting more wonky as they went on because power creep. I wonder if I still have those on here. No.
We still on a break now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Your son would like attention.
So does the puppy.
The internet research I am seeing appears that the term for resting only applied to healing only. And so there's a big hole in my knowledge. Clerics got their... Basically, they didn't really call it spell slots, but basically got their spell slots back at a particular time of day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think wizards required a period of downtime wherein they did not take any actions before they could relearn their spells. So you didn't really have spell slots in the same exact mechanism. It's basically the mechanism, but it wasn't the same kind of thing. It wasn't a slot that you recover. It was a spell that you could recover.
Well, yeah, because you have to prep the spells. You have to
You
pick a specific one, and that is ready to go.
And in all in all situations, you could actually choose not to prepare all of your spells. So in that case, if you wanted to pick up another spell later on to fill that slot, you could then spend an hour, do that study or prayer, and now you have one more spell.
So I have actually left open my skill feat for level 2. I was thinking assurance and either performance or occultism. Occultism would let me automatically succeed at the check to add first level spells to my spellbook.
Hey, that's not minor.
No, performance it actually would be kind of limiting because it's 10 plus your proficiency bonus. Oh,
Correct.
Actually, no, it wouldn't let me. Never mind. My proficiency
No, it
bonus
doesn't.
in occultism is not 5.
No.
Never mind. So,
It
no,
is.
assurance sucks, and I'm going to come up with something else.
It's
It's not assurance doesn't suck. It's just not...
It's
not real good. There are only a couple of things it's actually very useful for. And most of those, you have to be like at least 3rd level for it to really matter. Because by the time you're 3rd level, you're actually hitting DC 15. Assurance on healing, on medicine, for example, is useful, potentially. But, oh, for fuck's sake. I forgot I took battle healing as a feat at 2nd level. That also would have been helpful, potentially.
Oops. I think picking skill feats is one of the areas that is one of the things that shows me like one of my problems with Pathfinder that remained into 2E. There's a lot of useless shit.
Yeah, there is.
Like, I can take a spell that will let me know the number of up to 1 or 200 small objects instantaneously.
Yep.
That's only really going to be useful in a very specific circumstance.
Uh-huh.
What is the name of it?
Not one you need to know.
Oh, I'm just curious because there was a similar feat that I could have taken.
There's both a feat and a spell.
And a spell. I mean, if you're one of those vampires that has to count the rice grains that are spilled in front of you before you can advance, it's pretty handy, I suppose.
That would actually be hilarious. Like, that would be the one circumstance where I'm okay with it. Quick sword.
Baby and said, "Damn it, Corey! I was going to make the vampire joke."
Quick Sort, range 10 feet, targets up to 200 unattended objects in range, each of light bulk or less. You magically sort a group of objects into neat, stack, or piles. You can sort the objects in 2 ways. The first option is to separate them into different piles depending on an easily observed factor such as color or shape. Alternatively, you can sort the objects into ordered stacks depending on a clearly indicated notation such as page number, title, or date. The objects sort themselves throughout the duration, although it takes less time per object to sort a smaller number of objects, down to a single round for 30 or fewer objects. Like, if your bard works in HR, that could be a very useful spell.
I mean, we're not. Yeah, we have our own issues with being set up for the type of optimization for combat that Pathfinder tends to default to. I don't think we have really particularly met.
Not really.
And that's some of the reason that we are struggling as much as we are.
Why we are struggling?
We are not dominating combats. There have been a couple combats where we have come through kind of skin of teeth. And that's fine.
I would expect that.
We are all playing characters with interesting choices, not characters that were designed to be absolutely the best at combat.
Sure. I mean, I think we're doing quite well. I mean, sure, this was a very dangerous combat, but you'd expect there to be at least one in an adventure.
I agree. There is a tendency in Pathfinder to believe that characters are built to be optimized for combat.
I will point out that I was at 6 hit points. This was not a boss fight. This was an incidental encounter. This is something we could have avoided entirely as far as the narrative is concerned.
And maybe it
This is
didn't
something
even
that we chose
redeem
to
the.
do.
Maybe it didn't even redeem the channel point redemption for an instant fight.
And we also blew at least 7 hero points during the course of that single encounter.
That is true.
We have a hero
So-
point redemption for an instant fight?
How many spells did we cast?
Yes, we do.
Mikey,
It's
I might
pretty
be
high.
taking away your making new channel point privilege.
It's very high.
Yes, you blew all your first level spells. I blew 2 of my 3 first level spells. Mikey didn't have any relevant first level spells, which goes back to the making combat optimized choices versus making character choices.
I do the same thing with a wizard, though. Wizards, I mean, I don't know about in Pathfinder, but wizards are generally better at utility than they are at damage output.
Then you're doing the wizard wrong.
Depends on the level you're at.
It does, but
they're not-
wizards are usually... If you're choosing the spells correctly, you're very good at damage output. But then that's all you can do. You are a glass cannon.
Sorcerers do it better.
At first through 4th level, you are generally better at utility than you are at damage.
Okay, I guess I'm making it
Pathfinder-
because Jordy wants a telescope.
Sorcerers do damage better.
All right.
Jordan wants a telescope?
Okay.
Rogues can do damage better.
There's a complete lunar eclipse tonight.
Do you have binoculars?
No.
Can you see it from where your house is?
Go outside and make sure it's not overcast.
Go look for it. Ari's not back yet, you know?
We have windows. You are going to check your phone rather than sticking your head out.
Yes, because that would require me to move.
Also going to Walmart to pick up a telescope that they probably don't have.
To his credit, he was checking to make sure they do.
Yep. I was.
I'll see if they have one.
He already looked and found one in stock.
Actually,
now?
It's tonight, I believe.
Yeah, it's at like
in store.
11:30.
Yes.
Is the complete?
That is probably the same one I have.
It starts in about 20 minutes, and then it hits its peak at like 11:30, I think.
Lunar eclipse. Now.
That honestly.
So the Earth. So what does that mean? Are we not going to be able to see the moon, or is the moon look funny?
Have you never seen a lunar eclipse?
Well,
I really don't pay attention to
Spencer
these
Dan
things.
is saying it's penumbral.
Oh, is it?
Which means it can only be observed by werewolves.
Oh no, penumbral.
In shadow.
No, that's the good thing. Yes. Pretty sure.
It can only be seen by werewolves who haven't started using a word processor for all of their writing needs.
What the fuck skill?
Yeah, it should be. Okay. Okay. That's what. Okay, penumbral. All right. So.
It'll look funny for a while, and then it'll be...
Basically, what you'll see for a little while is there's going to be like a bite taken out of the moon. As the circular shadow of the Earth goes over it.
Okay.
And then eventually what you will see is instead of the moon getting like progressively blacker, it will turn red.
How long does this last for? How long does it take?
I believe it's a half hour.
That is a long break to take.
I'm going to run Mikey's character for him. But he is doing a kind thing for his science curious son.
Oh, is that how that started? That is a good thing, though.
Yeah, Jordy, if you hear us refer to Jordy, that's because that's his son's Twitch username.
No, I stepped away.
Yeah.
My mom is sick, so I went and made her some food.
Yeah, so no, he is going to go to Walmart, pick up a telescope, help his son set it up, and watch the lunar eclipse.
So quickly, change all of his spells to damage spells.
Yeah, no shit.
You can't do that, unfortunately.
Sadly. And
so,
again,
so I think actually the moon is going to get dark until it is pretty much entirely within the Earth's shadow, and then at that point, the Earth starts. The moon looks red because it's reflecting light from the Earth.
What?
Uh-huh.
And light from the Earth makes it red somehow. Okay.
Basically, because it's on the opposite, because it's on the opposite side of the Earth from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
All the light from the sun goes through the atmosphere and gets lensed onto the Earth. It gets lensed onto the moon.
The moon.
And that's what makes it look red, because basically the moon is now in sunset.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Also,
take it back.
The moon is reflecting light coming from the Earth because the Earth is dark. The Earth is making light because we exist.
Too much light pollution. Oh. I wonder if the color of the lunar eclipse will change as we have more and more cities.
It's less about that and more about the red shifting of the light itself.
The color would change due to the composition of the atmosphere more than anything else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And chances are it's only going to get less red over time.
Okay.
Most of what makes it red is going to be particulates in the atmosphere causing the light to causing finer wavelengths of light to be blocked. So all that really gets left is red. That's why sunsets are red.
You can select a skill feat called Bargain Hunter that lets you use diplomacy to practice arbitrage, where you purchase things at a discount and resell them at a profit.
Don't you actually have to be skilled in diplomacy to get that feat?
I'm trained in diplomacy.
Are you? Okay.
Diplomacy is a one of the...
Arbitrage definitely sounds like one of those things.
I'm not trained in diplomacy, but I can use I can use performance instead, which it's letting me pick the feat because I have that.
That's really?
Neat. Yes.
Vanwa, what's your name?
Vanwa
it's really not supposed
Talara.
to. It's
no. Your name.
Oh, my name is Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Nice to meet you. Yes, I don't know why it's letting me do that, but it is letting me do that.
I don't think it's supposed to, because you don't qualify for the skill feats unless you have the appropriate thing.
You should be trained
skill
in
at
the
the appropriate level.
skill.
I can
Unless
use,
that feat.
I can use my proficiency rank and performance to meet the requirement of skill feats that require a particular rank in deception, diplomacy, or intimidation.
Interesting. Okay.
I have no desire for Von Wad to take up arbitrage as a talent.
Well,
But-
particularly because that seems to be one of those things that is only legal to do if you're rich.
It's also one of those things that unless
Otherwise,
you're
it's
really,
considered market
really
manipulation.
role-playing, you're probably going to be spending your earn income periods of time just kind of rolling to earn income.
Right.
Not cast the arbitrage feat to, whatever the process. The only reason you'd ever do that is if you didn't have any lore feats.
No,
or,
the reason
anything
you
else.
would do that is if you're on an item chain quest.
Yes.
Those exist?
And of course, because they exist in video games, and DMs are human and like to play video games.
Never played a game like that.
Oh God.
Okay, cool.
No,
not an actual game quest. I've never played a Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder.
Oh
game.
yeah, of course not, because they're actually stupid.
That would
but
be very.
it
Yes.
could happen, I bet.
I've
you've
done
played
them. I've done them for things like when I had characters that wanted to craft legendary equipment and magic items and the like, rather than just being roll the dice and see if you succeed at the DC.
Yep, you have to go and get the. You have to go and talk to a guy who will tell you to go get a thing. Who will tell you to go get a thing.
Go get a red dragon spleen. How's that gonna work out for you?
A red dragon spleen.
It does also sound like less of a thing to do with a group and more of a small one or two party game, though.
Well, that's why you make it a red dragon spleen instead of like a owlbear spleen or something that you want an entire adventuring party behind you to take down.
But why would the entire adventuring party care about one dude's magic amulet?
Because that magic amulet is fucking awesome, and if he has it, then it's going to make all the other adventures go great.
And because they
I don't know. Sometimes sometimes you play with your friends. So
my buddy Gorthalax wants that thing.
Well, my point was, it sounds. When you described it, it sounded more interesting than what I was thinking of.
It's very easy to do it badly. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
very easy to do it badly.
There are ways to make it so that it's not terrible.
Would playing cards for money be considered a lore skill?
Yes, there is a gambling lore.
Okay.
Oh,
really?
Yes.
Would it be considered cheating to abuse my oracular powers in a card game?
By your opponents? Almost certainly.
So generally, when a question begins, would it be considered cheating if? The answer is almost always yes.
But it's not me. It's just the internet knows what cards are in
It
your
doesn't matter
hand,
if
and
it's
I happen to
you
know.
or not you. A cleric doesn't have his own powers. They all come from his god. It's still cheating.
Yeah, so we
But
were talking.
you can't even blame God. It's
You
simply
keep
the
coming up
knowledge
with the
exists.
butts. All of these butts. There are so many butts on this altar. No. It's cheating.
They were helping me pick my skill feat because the one that I'd looked at turns out to suck at our level.
What level are you skill feeding?
My level 2 I get a skill feat.
Okay, I'm gonna look through them 1 second.
So rather
I took dubious knowledge, but you
I love dubious knowledge.
More
That's a great
E4.
one. But I was either going to take the one that would give me a +1 to one kind of performance, or but I ended up taking additional lore gambling because that makes sense for his backstory.
And I'm just gonna say this: I happen to have a deck of cards if you'd like to play.
I mean, let's get uncovered from guts and gore.
Yeah.
Maybe.
By the way, your prestidigitation would clean up the blood and guts from a person, but probably not from this room.
Oh yes, That was one of the things that I asked as soon as you left, Ari, because Munchkin was Munchkin.
Oh, sorry. I thought that you were talking about the room. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, prestidigitation, like, I generally treat prestidigitation very literally. The word prestidigitation comes from the roots for fast fingers. So if, you know, it's things that your typical stage magician or like, you know, would be able to do, you know, like suddenly.
Alternately reading the spell. Tidy. Color, clean, or soil an object of light bulk or less. You can affect an object of 1 bulk or with 10 rounds of concentration, and a larger object for a minute per bulk.
Well, how much blood is a bulk?
You'd be down here for hours.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be there for a long time.
Cleaning with a bloody mop, right?
Basically. So, bringing it back in.
Let's just move on.
Is Mikey still here?
No, Mikey's going to Walmart to get a telescope for his child who wants to see the lunar eclipse. I'm running Zen, which means yes, he will probably make better life choices.
Okay, so you're going to be running Zen. Okay, fine. Okay, you're in a room that is pretty dark, actually, and completely covered in blood. It's also very cold in here, because this was, of course, the cold storage room. But finally, you do not hear or see anything moving, which is very good for me, because if anything was moving in here, I feel like you guys would probably reach through the internet and strangle me.
Search for clues. Is there any? There was a corpse in here at one point. Are there any other corpses? Are there any personal effects in the cabinets? Anything along those lines?
No, basically, well, personal effects. I would say yes, in the sense of there are limbs and body parts.
I was gonna say a couple arms.
Yeah. There's no like objects that aren't organic.
Okay, so these are all just storage for bits of people that are not in current use.
That's
is that cat or dog? That sounds like a Ren.
That is Ren. Zen would almost certainly like to cast detect or do detect magic. How does he do that?
He declares, I'm gonna cast detect magic as a cantrip, and I tell him presence or absence of magic.
Is it a cantrip? Oh,
yes.
He has read aura. Yes.
Read aura.
Oh, he's got read aura
at a time.
He has it as an innate spell. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. So yes, he will innate cantrip detect magic.
Where is the other half of this? It's here. Okay. So detect magic works in a 30-foot radius and passes through walls if they're not too thick or made of lead. Absence of magic.
Okay. Then how is it cold storage? Is it just it's underground? Or do we see some mechanism that keeps it cold? Ren, you were fine while we were on break. Why are you not fine now?
Everything must be dramatic. I am Ren.
Let's see.
Ren wants daddy. Where is he?
There.
Just flopped over.
It's not magic that keeps it cold in here.
Okay.
It's just cold.
Yeah.
It's psionics. Would detect magic detect psionics?
No.
Neat.
All right, then. Azure rolled to detect clues.
Everything is. Oh, what'd you get on your perception?
Like a 22. I mean,
You got a 22.
yeah.
You're pretty. It's pretty clear that so Blackwood was absolutely insane. The only thing that you find really on or near what used to
I'm
be
gonna let
his
them
body.
out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, the only thing you find like on or near what used to be his body is he had a bone saw, which is a sawtooth saber essentially,
Sure.
mechanically, but clue wise, not really.
Keys?
Yeah.
You got any keys?
Yeah, that's the next thing. It's checking to see if he had keys. Or
I'm sorry. He has a set of keys. That's right.
Okay, so
I have that written down, but in the wrong place.
that is the next thing. So, loot the body. I at least take his keys and see if he has any other value.
Key cards so that we can get into his office and figure out what
Yeah.
the heck he was up to.
Well, this is the morgue. This is his office.
Where does he keep his paperwork?
Probably in one of the doors we haven't opened yet,
Okay.
Paperwork.
which would be the next step. Probably would be to check the other room. And
We'll wait for him to come back with the dogs before we move on.
Yeah. He doesn't really. He's not a paperwork kind of guy.
He's not a paperwork kind of guy. This is the guy who wanted to be published and was sore about it.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry. Wait, let's backtrack that for a second.
I mean, it tracked. This is why he's not published. Can't put a pen to a paper. But oh my god. Wannabe scientist. Study the art. My ass.
Yeah. Yeah, so he has a key ring that has exactly 3 keys on it.
okay.
Clearly one of them goes to the freezer because he did lock it.
Yes. So yeah, and you're looking around for clues. You kind of get the idea that when he came in here, he did not expect to find that monster, and it knocked him out basically immediately, and completely
Ran
covered
face
him
first into a wall.
in blood and guts.
Let me run away from the murder hobos. Ah, there's a wall. The wall eats me.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
You. Okay.
I'm gonna go to those double doors. I know we're all waiting around, but I'm gonna pop my head through, just peek and see what's on the inside.
The doors to the north there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look.
Little impatient. Sorry.
See what we find. You find. Let's.
Can I roll a stealth check to try to do that a little bit, like without making too much noise about it? I'm gonna open the door. You can't really hide opening the door, but maybe I can see like if it's gonna squeak or something. I don't want it to squeak.
You want to? I mean, Dr. Canley is literally right there.
Why don't you know? Why don't I just ask her? Can I diplomat? Can I try to ask her what's on the other side? I know she hates my guts. What's through those doors?
She tells you that it's just a hallway.
That goes.
You know,
to...
that's a corridor.
This lady is wonderfully helpful, and she's definitely going to earn a reduced sentence. Where's the corridor go?
She says it goes up. It goes up to a storage room.
Storage room.
And there's some other there's a few other doors as well. Excuse me. There's another door. that leads to another corridor. And she gives you the idea that she's not giving you any information that you're not gonna have to go get yourself.
Yeah, clearly.
The problem is that
Lady's a problem.
when Ren is trilling like that, it can either mean I'm bored or you have 5 minutes before I pee on your floor.
That's fine.
Oh. Omaha, how far down hit points is Fisk?
He is 13 down.
Okay.
Matt, could you mute your mic? Awesome. Thank you. Obviously, unmute it when you want to speak, though.
So if I take 40 minutes to heal, then I can get you back nearly to full. Get you and me back nearly to full.
If you want, you can take a full hour to do the medicine check and double the amount that you heal.
I also have medicine to medicine Azure while he's medicining Fisk.
I was looking at lay on hands, focus spell, covering focus points. It's six hit points pop. But that means it's 6 hit points, 10 minutes of rest to get the focus point back. 6 more hit points, 10 more minutes of rest to get the next focus point back.
Well, let's do that, and I'll spend some of those 10 minutes getting my focus points back up to 3 as well.
Okay. I can also do just straight up medicine. What is your bonus there, Van, for medicining?
5. I think you're better than I am.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Do you want guidance on that, or does the other thing still apply?
+7. Got a hand.
Oh, it's a skill check, right? Medicine's a skill check, so guidance would help if you want to do
Guidance would help. My thing never helped skill checks.
Well, that particular thing doesn't help skill checks. You do have one. Yeah. You can learn one that does.
You break out the bandages, I zap you with guidance.
Okay. Right. So first up.
Okay, so do you guys want to? Did you want to check out that the extra double doors?
I mean, do you want to just hand wave us being at full first, or do you want to actually make the rolls?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
If you, are you guys gonna stick around and do the and you know, despite being completely covered in blood, and this is, you recognize that this is not the worst possible place that you could be for a little while.
It seems fairly secure.
Take the hour, clean ourselves off, relax a little bit, prestidigitation, the blood off our faces.
Well, the first medicine check, 10 minutes, gets 14 hit points back for Fisk, so that was a good roll.
Yep, cool. Very good roll.
And then I get 5 back for myself with medicine.
Very cool. So if you get a success or higher, it would remove the wounded condition, but none of you went down, so that's okay. And if you wish, you can continue treating for a total of 1 hour to double the HP that you've regained. So that's how treat wounds works. But you can only be treated once per hour anyway. You can just take the whole hour to double it if you want. Let me see. All right, so is everybody basically healed up and ready to move along, or what would you like to do?
Yeah, I
How
think we'll
long
take
is
a break.
the rest for the rest and restore slots?
8 hours. That's once per 24 hours. You can rest for 8 hours.
Go to bed kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a go to bed, and you can do it only once per 24 hours, so not. Yeah, no one else. So, during this whole time, sitting there watching you treat your wounds, Dr. Canley just kind of, sits there, or stands there anyway. Excuse me, very primly, just observing, not really saying anything, but observing you. Kind of wondering, because you guys have basically kidnapped her, essentially.
Yep. We did.
So one thing that she's internally wondering is, what do you plan to do with her? So
Can anyone hear me? Oh no, I can't hear anyone. No? Can you hear me?
What did you even say? I'm running out of things to say. You've already run out. I've never run out. But you said it first.
I was wrong. I thought
Now you're.
Testing, testing.
No.
Maybe it's the tab on the browser.
I can't unmute.
I can't read your lips so well. I'm sorry.
It's showing up on the
Yeah.
the meet, but not on the.
Yeah, the system.
Who are you pointing to?
Is it plugged in?
Oh, and no one can still hear me.
We can hear you. Can you hear you?
We can hear you. Wait, you should just wait. I'm gonna mute the meet and then I'm gonna.
Why? Why?
So that I can.
Why?
You can hear it. I'm just like. No. You don't want to do that?
It's gonna be on.
Hello? Well, now I can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
You can hear me. Okay. Why can't I hear you?
That's probably software on his end.
Burn your ears on.
He has been suddenly struck deaf. Sadly, he has not yet been struck mute.
Testing. Okay. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Oh, thank God. They're home. They're back. Mikey can fix this. Fix it. Fix it. Help. I was literally just sitting here and then it stopped working.
What did?
Everything. They can hear me. The stream can hear everyone. I can't hear them. Also, I had to reboot the Google page, and so now Omaha Programmer has been promoted to DM.
Oh, I know what happened.
Of course.
Thing.
Oh, alright.
It switches without telling you it switched.
Are
Alright, how
you
about now?
kidding
I
me?
can now hear it again. Now you will need to fix...
Oh, dear Lord.
What did you do to this?
I reloaded, and now Jonathan Mazel Tov. Now
Okay.
that you're Ari, I don't know if you are circumcised, but someone will be by to take care of that.
I am Jonathan Mazeltov? What?
You're
On your promotion to Dungeon Master.
on your promotion to
Oh.
being Ari. Although Jonathan Pazeltov would not be a bad nickname if you're interested in converting.
Uh,
That would be hilarious.
Okay, so...
Well, all I'll say to that is my father is actually from Portugal.
Offer an inch and they'll take a moil.
oh my god. Oh my god, put this as away.
Remember those two numbers.
Oh, that's a good one.
22604.
While it is common in the United States for boys to be circumcised, it is not common in Europe.
Fair enough.
Alright, what were those two numbers?
222 and
Oh,
604. Hey! Nope. You just made it worse.
No, Baruch made it worse.
How?
Because he left and then rejoined. Damn it, Baruch!
Everyone's faces.
oh,
But that
that's
was just my
normal.
computer. That wasn't you guys.
Yeah, that's normal.
Alright, I'm just going to,
Relabel.
Yep.
Relabeling is probably the better way to go.
Yeah.
What does it do?
Because I have it set up as a window capture, and so I have to give it specific, I have to give it specific crops.
Yep.
Oh.
And every time
He's
every time
basically
somebody-
using display. Yeah, he's basically
Yeah.
using display capture 5 times.
Oh, that's a
essentially,
lot. I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, every time somebody leaves and rejoins the meeting, Google rearranges all the tiles, and so I have to redo the crops.
I will not do that again. Technical difficulties?
You can check in anytime you
That's
like.
a
but you
great.
can
That's a
never-
great series on YouTube, by the way.
Technical difficulties.
Pretty
I
good.
will actually put a couple of their playlists on the Twitch chat because it is sublime.
All right, we should be good.
All right, now we're good. Everyone's back. We did not get a lot accomplished because of technical difficulties.
Oh man, how long did that last?
Not too long, but we also...
We did a bunch of paperwork and healing while you were gone.
We
and
investigated,
then,
we
oh my
healed.
god, what the hell?
You got a focus point back.
Oh sweet.
By the way, you use detect magic.
Yes. and what was the result?
Absence. We don't know how this
There
is
was
a
no magic.
refrigerated room.
Can I recall knowledge on things like that?
Refrigeration?
I don't know. Things that could make it cold without being magical.
Do you have crafting?
I have like everything. Hold on. Hey, one second.
do I
It's
have?
not letting me load it.
Why do I have 2 dogs?
I do not have crafting. I am not trained in
The
crafting.
key here is that detect magic found absence of magic in a 30-foot radius, blocked by sheets of lead and thick walls.
Yeah, so why don't I move into the room where the where the blood thing was and do it again?
No, that's what I assumed he was doing. I assumed he would move into the room to do it.
Yes. The source of what causes it to be cold in there is not within 30 feet.
Okay.
Oh god, that would be magical, wouldn't it?
30 feet of where I'm
It's
standing,
the
or 30
first
feet,
stature
30 feet
at
of
a
the
room
wall?
somewhere. And they just keep making it angry.
Okay, Ari. Is the thing making it cold not within a 30-foot radius of where I'm standing, or 30 feet of any point inside of the freezer?
Both.
All right.
I just
Okay,
checked my math.
moving on. Let's go through the doors.
Hooray! Let's go through the doors. A hallway.
I'll open the door under the corridor.
Another hallway.
Yes, and we asked the lady, and she was very helpful. She told us that it was a hallway. When we asked her where it went, she said to doors, places, and other hallways.
Yes,
It wasn't very helpful.
Can we talk very quickly, since I was here, but obviously Van Wall was here, but Matthew wasn't. The fuck are we doing with this hostage?
This is a crazy evil place. And she's
So she is a researcher who is performing experiments on the inmates.
Did Mikey fail a diplomacy check on her?
Yes.
Oh no, I did.
And succeeded.
Everybody failed the diplomacy checks with her. So there were some successful ones.
Can I try a
Oh
diplomacy check on her to get her to open up a little bit?
What would you like to do?
I would like to use performance to make an impression in lieu of diplomacy. I'm just gonna fucking jam with her. Because that's a class skill I have.
Alright, fine. Diviner Sight. Since I got the focus point back, I'll blow that again.
Everybody loves a jam session. So,
okay.
While we're healing, we'll backdate this slightly. While we're healing, I'm gonna fucking jam with her.
Well, hold on. Diviner Sight allows you to take
goes.
my roll instead of yours. If you don't like my roll, then you can still roll.
What are you rolling plus?
I just roll a d20.
It's just
you use that as
d20.
Do I have the option to use that or my roll, whichever's better?
You can either take my roll or you can discard my roll and then take your own.
I have a +8 and 3 hero points and a hero.
Well, okay,
point.
but I just do the roll. You add your own status bonuses.
It gives you the potential of 3 different d20 rolls.
Cool. Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Roll them bones.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put on record. Last session, I had suggested that we try to get her on our side by giving her an opportunity to cooperate with us in exchange for reduced penalties for all of the, crimes they're doing here.
Yep.
She did not take me up on that because I have a Constitution or a Charisma modifier of 0 and am untrained in diplomacy. So,
all right,
that might be a more fruitful tactic from someone else.
Hang on, can I blow a hero point to re-roll that Diviner Sight roll?
Sure.
All right.
We're just gonna burn through some fucking.
Oh, that's. Oh.
Well, we should if we had.
That's a 6. It was almost a natural 20.
It was on the 20 and it flopped to the 6. Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
What does Diviner's Sight do?
It would let him. It would give me the option of using his D20 roll plus my modifiers, or discarding it and rolling my own. So I'm going to
roll your own.
I'm going to discard it and roll my own while singing her a song about the benefits of turning state's witness.
Do you want me to read you the description, Ari?
Make your check. I get it.
Okay.
Wow! I'm gonna blow a hero point.
Because you rolled a 3.
We are not destined to make friends with this person.
Yeah. I don't think I could do it if I got natural 20.
Another! It was on the 20 and I rolled it to a 6. I roll a 14, singing her a jam about the benefits of turning state's witness.
Oh my god.
4 d20s.
And we didn't roll higher than a 6.
2 character points. And we couldn't roll higher than a goddamn 6.
I mean, could he blow through his other 2 hero points, or do you only get
do
one?
it once.
You can only do it once.
No, it's
Once
yeah, it's
per
a fortune
roll.
effect.
All right.
I can't fucking believe that.
So, for just a split second, she twitches one eyebrow.
As it wobbles on the 20.
Almost twice on the 20.
Well, it's not a wasted effort. She made her think about it.
All right,
Maybe
then
we'll
we
get
need to
something
reframe
tomorrow.
our thinking on this because words are important. We're not kidnapping her, we're arresting her.
As far as I was concerned, that's what we were doing. I don't care what her opinion is.
I don't think I can help. Everything I say, I was going to make this worse, considering I threatened to brain her.
Wow, the look
And then
the
I
look
did.
on the look on Ari's face when you said that made me think that the next words out of his mouth were going to be roll initiative.
I don't think we're actually having this conversation
No,
in character.
I'm trying to come to terms out of character with what we're doing, and we're kidnapping this woman is one way of describing the situation. We are arresting this suspect is a way better way of framing what we're doing.
We suspect strongly that she is complicit, at the very least complicit, in the crime of kidnapping. Regardless, that is a major crime.
She certainly is involved in the crime of kidnapping.
Yeah. We're kidnapping her.
And now it has been demonstrated as free information from the GM. She is involved in the crime of kidnapping. And while we may not have the ability to detain her for questioning Wumble Lord, we certainly can detain her so that we can turn her over to the magistrate, where I don't care what happens, it's their problem.
Omaha, she is guaranteed to be involved in the crime of kidnapping because we're kidnapping her.
We're making it.
We better hope this all works
out.
out.
We are not kidnapping her.
We are absolutely kidnapping her. We have no authority, zero official standing in any sort of capacity.
Do you think that anybody who's ever done a citizen's arrest had authority? In some jurisdictions, they actually do.
Well, I also kind of think citizen's arrest is kind of bullshit.
Yes,
so
yes. And yet there is also this thing called the hue and cry.
Well, sure.
It's also bullshit.
Yeah.
So
anyway, let's go on, and at very worst, we all do 20 to life for kidnapping.
You are not citizens.
One way or another, we get out of this fucking asylum at the end of it.
Yes.
And she never goes back here.
Of course, it might be in a body bag, but
sure.
I mean, she's lucky it wasn't in a body bag.
She really is.
I mean,
just about everyone else we come across has been in a body
No,
bag.
no. Wumble Lord, I deeply object to the concept of calling us vigilantes. That suggests we're doing something for the benefit of society. And I take offense to that.
Right now, we're just causing trouble.
What's your character's all
We're
about?
doing things for the benefit of us.
He's chaotic good.
All right.
Let's
go down the hallway.
Yes.
Going
check
down
the
the
first doors on the
hallway.
right.
Oh, there's doors.
Yeah.
She was right. She did not lie. There are doors. What's
Hooray!
I say an adventurer is a hero. And what is a hero? A hero is someone with the strength of heart, courage of spirit, and the might of will to go to strange lands and enact violence on things there. We go to places where there are things that must be destroyed, and we destroy them. I love this discussion, this description. It's fantastic.
Hero
that
a
is,
four-letter word. What is the doors on the right in that hallway?
The doors on the right.
Yes.
That is a set of locked doors.
Okay.
What? All right.
What do they look like? Are they wood? Are they?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they look like basically every other set of doors around here. They
Office
are
doors
reinforced wood.
I never, ever claimed that our actions were state actions. ever.
All right, I'm going to try to pick the lock.
You picked the lock. I cast guidance on you because you're clearly doing a skill action. You get +1.
Okay.
Fucking God's balls. I rolled a 2.
That's a 3.
So no, well, with my total, it's a 9. With your +1, it's a 9.
Oh.
Are you attempting to fuck God's balls, or are these the balls of the fucking God?
I'm gonna spend another character point, another hero point.
Wait, these are doors? Are they locked with like a padlock or something?
I think that's your. No, it's like it's got a key.
Yeah,
you know, whatever.
So we've got a
One of the
set
mighty
of
men
key
just
rings.
punched the door open.
Oh, we have a set of key
How
rings?
about we try using the keys?
No, but I wasn't here. Nobody told me we had keys.
Yo.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. There's keys. None of those 3 keys work.
Okay.
On this.
I was enjoying this too much.
All right.
I really, yeah. I'm just happy you guys.
We're all level
survived.
2. Yeah.
So, you're gonna blow your last hero point then?
No, I still have one more after this.
Oh, okay.
24.
24. That is a success.
And 25.
That is a success. Not quite open yet. Still got another tumbler to go. How badly did you just break your thieves' tools?
Sufficiently badly that I broke my thieves' tools. So now I'm spending my last character point. Alright, my last hero point. To get a 20.
As long as you don't roll another 1.
I got a 20.
Okay, good.
20 just clicks the last.
Good
tumbler.
God.
It is unlocked.
All right, someone open the door.
I will open the door.
You'll open the door. Okay.
The door is opened.
What?
We need to give maybe a gift somehow.
Oh, I'm not watching.
Don't give me any more of these things. I haven't spent a single one. I haven't had an opportunity to spend a single one.
Look at Mikey being a father all back there.
Yeah.
Being all nice to his son and all. It's disgusting.
So we've got a long corridor with cross hallways. No actual doors in sight.
I mean, if you take a step or two down the hallway, what you'll see is like so.
Okay.
Before we go down this other hallway, let's deal with that small door that we found at the end of this one that we're currently in.
This one up here?
Yeah, top left. Yeah.
Okay.
It's likely to be a storage closet or something along those lines.
Or the mechanism
What's in
for
it?
cooling the room.
Perhaps it has Kinky's clothing.
It's useful to check it and clear it.
It is not the mechanism to cool the room because we are aware that it is beyond 30 feet from the room.
Depends on what the walls are lined with.
I'm going to go on record as saying that I doubt very strongly that the mechanism for cooling the room is going to be of any significance whatsoever.
But it might have Kinky's clothes, so he won't be walking around the way he's walking around.
All right, so is that
Obviously, you're meaning to say the room is where Kinky's clothes are, not the...
Potentially, sure.
It is important to find the source of the cold because that is where Kinky's clothes are.
Clearly.
Okay. So, open up
Okay.
that other door.
focus?
So that other
Pronouns
door,
are important.
Okay. I thought it
Yeah,
was on
one's
me.
at.
One to the
Okay,
north
you
of
guys-
the cooled room.
You guys are the turtle now.
Cool.
That's what I had to
Yay.
do.
Is that door locked?
That door. Oh, actually, I should check. No, it is not. And as you open it up, you see that it is in fact a supply room. And at first glance, this ominously quiet supply room is pretty well organized. There's shelves and racks that hold seemingly all kinds of armor and weapons and fierce-looking equipment that's clearly made for interrogation and torture. And one of the racks on the end has like almost like a large duffel bag, but the stuff that's in it is kind of like sticking out a bit, and it at very first glance, it seems to be what looks like some alchemical supplies.
Check for traps before anybody goes in.
Make a perception roll, please.
Sure.
I'm right at the door, so I would also like to try.
I would
I would encourage all of us to try.
I got a nat 20.
Well, actually,
there we go.
I would like to make some kind of check to ensure that Kinky does not attempt to run in and grab his shit before we've checked everything, because he's been desperate for that for a while.
Kinky who? We haven't talked about him.
I guess that's true, but
okay. Schrodinger's alchemist will not be screwing himself over yet. So
the
but I'd still like the hilarity of it all.
The natural 20 on your perception roll shows that there don't seem to be any like traps or hazards, in this room. It's a little musty, if you've got asthma.
Please don't.
Detect magic.
Detect magic. From the doorway.
From the window to the wall.
Absence of magic.
Okay.
If the ability to grab Kinky before he runs and grabs his what is probably his equipment, would it be an athletics check?
I think
what, to grab him?
He's not going.
Yeah. Basically, grab him as he's running forward to.
Okay, Kinky is not here. There is a cardboard cutout of Kinky that you guys are dragging around with him.
I want the funny scene.
Can I get for my 27 perception?
Okay, that's fine.
You throw your entire body weight and all the strength of your shoulders and back and packs around this cardboard cutout, which is of course sopping wet because it's covered in blood. And it crushes and crumbles and falls to the floor, and you sink to your knees yelling, "Kinky!"
And of course, Lady Doctor looks at you like you're completely insane, and also is thankful. Because she felt threatened by the leering of that sopping, bloody cardboard cutout.
So let's loot the room while we're here.
Loot the room. Grab your pens and pencils, ladies and gentlemen.
And do I get anything extra for having rolled a 27 perception?
You are very, very sure that this is a pretty safe room.
Yay. All right.
You are very, very sure that this room is possibly safe.
Possibly safe.
Also, while we're doing this,
it cannot be locked. There's no lock on the door, but it's very safe.
I give Azure one of our lesser healing potions.
Oh yes, good points.
Thank you.
Yay!
And honestly, I give the other lesser healing potion to Fisk. Now you guys can have some self-healing.
Especially since the healer can't heal anymore.
Hope you guys got room in your bags, because several each of common, simple melee and ranged weapons, I'm just going to tell you kind of what it is, and then we'll go back over details. After. There's miscellaneous ammunition, various shields, several sets of light and medium common armor, and that's as far as equipment goes. What I'm basically telling you is, if you feel like an upgrade and it's something that's common in the core rulebook, feel free. And load up on ammunition if you want.
How much ammunition is load up?
You can take quite a lot. A set of, like, for example, 10 arrows costs 1 light bulk.
Mm-hmm.
So quite a
What
bit.
kind of healing potion? I'm sorry.
Don't encumber yourself.
Lesser?
Yeah, do not make sure you don't encumber yourself. Furthermore, what's here? There are 5 sets of poor manacles.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
what? 5 sets of what?
Manacles.
Manacles. Handcuffs.
Poor quality.
Poor quality manacles.
Oh,
And there are 5
Can
sets
I-
of them.
As we notice the poor manacles, I'm going to surreptitiously raise the notion to my party and not to the doctor lady. Perhaps we handcuff the doctor lady.
Are you afraid of her?
I don't want her running off and doing something stupid.
You can still run off with manacles.
Yes, but she can't do something stupid.
It reduces
Perhaps
the
you can put them on
opportunities
our
for stupid.
Whatever.
It reduces the opportunities for stupid. It's not a bad idea by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. There is a set of torturer's tools. This is artisan's tools for a torturer.
We will label those
Yeah,
Exhibit B.
I'll happily take those. My intimidation is ridiculous.
Yeah. So this is clearly like, you know, like thumb screws and you know, toe nippers and
Little yappy dogs.
Okay.
barbed wire and little yappy dogs, things
Before we
like
get
that.
before we get too chain happy, the manacles, did they have keys with them?
I assume so. Yeah, they just come with keys. It
Next
doesn't.
question is
Are there
Core rule
torturer's
doesn't-
tools in the
do they
equipment?
have a single key that operates all of them, which would imply that we would then be able to unlock anyone else that we find using the same sort of manacles as we go through this to accomplish the mission.
Make a crafting check to see if you can tell if they take the same key.
I can make a crafting check. I am a crafting check.
I am a crafting check.
19 plus 5 is 24.
You conclude pretty. It's pretty conclusive. Yes, they take the same key.
Excellent. That means that we
kind
can
of a
both lock her up.
Almost like a
and then
skeleton.
hopefully, yeah, exactly. Okay, I will make sure we have some of those keys then.
The torturer's tools. Are there torturer's tools in these in the equipment section here?
I made it up. It's
You
artisan's
made it up.
tools.
Artisan's tools, and I'll
And
is there a right
but it's for
torturer's
the
tools
art
now?
of torture.
Sure.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes. Furthermore, there are 3 blank runestones.
Ooh.
Runestones are items that were introduced in Pathfinder 2. They can be engraved in certain ways. By basically, if you can write a scroll, you can make a runestone. And they upgrade your equipment. That's how you would get like a +1 on your sword. Is you would install an engraved runestone. And I'm really dumbing it down because we're going to deal with that during downtime after this adventure.
Okay, I'm honestly picturing something about the size of a mahjong tile.
Yeah.
Just like wrapped around like the hilt
he's
of a
holding
sword
it up.
or like
Okay.
around a staff with,
Yeah.
with scotch tape.
All right.
It's on screen. Look.
I would think of it more like materia myself, but
It's
yeah,
kind
it's
of like
basically
materia.
materia.
So we are taking those.
How many of them? A set?
3.
There's 3.
What are the limits on what they can do? Is it just +1 weapon or +1 armor?
Check the core rulebook. I'm not going into what they are. There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot. They're the core mechanic of how you create a magic item. So there is a lot of stuff that can be done with them. What we can do with them, however, is going to be significantly limited by the fact that we are 2nd level.
Okay.
Yes.
But they're useful for future. They're not terribly germane right this very second.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ari, is any of the armor magical?
No, your detect magic came back negative.
Well, okay.
While you were standing in the open doorway.
Well, so what I'm asking is on
I'm
Archives
sorry.
Yeah.
The detect magic should have come back with presence of magic because of the blank runestones. I'm going to just pack in that while doing detect magic, once you've found the blank runestones, you cast your cantrip of detect magic again, filtering out the fact that they're there, and come back with absence of magic.
Okay.
All right. And maybe this is beside the point, but I was basically just trying to see if because like Archives of Nethys has base armor and then basic magic armor.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
The runestones are what you would use or take them to, some sort of artisan to use to turn mundane armor, which all of this stuff is, into magic armor. Yeah. So like I said, the other stuff in here, this is basically the armory. There's common, simple melee and ranged weapons. There's bows, there's arrows, there's crossbows, there's bolts, there's slings, there's bullets. There's sword, there's maces and morning stars and flails and all sorts of crap. All the common stuff.
Can someone take my sawtooth saber so I can grab a crossbow?
Yeah, I'll put it in my pocket.
Why do you have a sawtooth saber?
Because it's part of the
Let me
loot.
tell you something. You probably don't want to put a sawtooth saber that close to your junk.
Mazel tov.
I have a backpack. It's got a pocket.
Okay, backpack easier.
Add gear. What is this called? This is a weapon?
Sawtooth saber. Yep. I just did not have the bulk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's shields, there's ammo, there's melee and ranged weapons, and there's light and medium common armor.
Add weapon.
Yeah. Whatever you guys would like. So,
Wait.
So I think... Oh, go ahead.
You said common simples, but not common martial weapons?
Common, simple, melee, and ranged weapons.
Okay. But no uncommon and no martial weapons.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
With the exception of the torturer's tools, which, of course...
They're not weapons, so...
Yeah, not weapons. Yeah. They can be, but they aren't.
I mean, anything with sufficient motivation can be a weapon, but...
They would be improvised weapons.
Basically, yeah. So I will grab a Morning Star so that I have a blunt option.
Nice. Wait, Morning Stars are bludgeoning?
Simple.
I thought they were piercing.
No, they're bludgeoning.
Okay. What am I thinking of that is piercing?
I don't know.
Pick?
A Morning Star is covered with spikes, but it is a blunt weapon. It's a bludgeoning weapon. Because most of its damage comes from the fact that it's essentially a metal club.
It's
just
spiky.
Yeah. Okay.
A mace, but still be bludgeoning.
Yes.
Nothing that's bat-shaped would be piercing unless it's like a pick.
Maybe you're thinking because a Morning Star might have like a degree of armor penetration to it, but it would still be bludgeoning armor penetration.
From a mechanical standpoint, yeah, it's
No.
It's covered with spikes, so makes you think more piercing, but it's still basically just a heavy.
Well, because it would penetrate plate armor, right? The Morning Star would smack the plate armor. No. It would.
In real life, no.
It depends
not
on
in real life, but
it depends on what you mean by penetrate. You might get one of those spikes through, but Morningstar spikes tended to be like less than an inch long, so that wasn't what they were really there for.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like the goal wasn't to make a hole in the person. The goal was to deliver that blunt damage past the dissipating effect of the sheet of metal on the person.
Regardless, it counts
crush
as
them under that sheet of metal.
It counts as bludgeoning under the rules.
Yeah.
I don't think plate armor really gave you that much protection against bludgeoning weapons.
So I have also picked up a buckler. Which is delightful for me.
You picked up a butler?
Well, I have Unseen Servant, but I picked up a buckler.
Ah. Okay. That
field.
Yes, that makes more sense.
What?
What?
Huh?
So that makes more sense.
What are you hiding?
Interesting. So I was playing around with changing my explorer's clothing for padded armor. But
no, padded armor is light armor. You do not have the proficiency for that.
Oh, I don't, huh?
You don't have any armor proficiency.
0 armor. You wear clothes.
Never mind then.
Yeah, that's why they call wizards glass cannons. You are made of glass, but oh boy.
Can you cannon?
Yeah.
I mean, you technically can wear armor you're not proficient in. It just does not provide as much protection. It's not really a great plan.
It doesn't provide much protection, and there's always the arcane spell failure chance. Is that a thing in 2nd edition?
I don't think that's a thing in 2nd edition Pathfinder.
Definitely is in the first one. Oh boy.
Yeah, because that was purely 3rd edition stuff, but
yeah. So everybody should take 75 XP. It's going to be 65 for the blood ooze, which damn near killed you, and another 10 for the minor accomplishment of finally finding Kinky's stuff.
What experience should we be at? 275.
275.
275 after this.
Yes. I was here the whole time. Is there any other loot?
I was here the whole time.
Is there any other loot here besides the armory stuff and the runestones?
I was the turkey.
There's the manacles and the torturer's tools.
I took the torturer's tools. Who took the manacles?
We put one set on the on the doctor, and do we need any others?
Not right now, but maybe if we find someone.
Okay. I'll take one with us, and then if we need more, we can come back for more, presumably. And I will also definitely be taking keys.
Yes. How much can an unseen servant carry?
Very little.
Damn. All right.
Like a tray of food.
Okay. So I can't load it up like a Skyrim follower with all the loot I want.
Unfortunately, no.
I think there's a duration issue with that too, isn't there?
Duration is sustained. It goes until I fall unconscious, or it runs out of hit points, or I stop sustaining it.
That is awesome.
Of course, sustaining costs you 1 action every round.
But
sustaining is not.
If I could loot the entire goddamn room, it would be worth it. But we can't.
If I could loot the world.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, do we have a Tensor's disc? Do we have a floating disc, Mr. Utility Wizard?
God Tensor's floating disc is like a 7th level spell.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
have.
that's like,
no.
what are you talking about?
No. So,
Also-
Wumbo Lord, the strength.
Do we have a magic bag? Bag of holding, rather. Sorry.
No.
All right.
No, Wumbo Lord. The strength requirement wasn't an issue because padded armor requires strength of 10, which I have.
It's just you're not trained enough.
I'm not
I'm
trained.
only
in
trained
light
in
armor.
light, which is why I'm not upgrading because there's nothing in here that would be better for me.
Basically, what it does is it reduces your AC because you are trained in unarmored.
That would be why. Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm
you-
like, why
when
did
you are
my AC
armored-
go down to 12?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you are trained in armored and unarmored. And if you put on armor, all you get is the armor's bonus. You don't get
okay.
your level plus your proficiency bonus for unarmored anymore.
That makes sense now. Cool.
Yep. All right. I am gonna call the session there. But if you guys want to stick around and chit chat, talk about,
Wumbo Lord.
stuff like
I'm
what
not one of those
exactly
wizards.
What you guys feel like looting out of this room, and so on. Coming up next session, most likely Kinky is going to be able to join us. So there will be 6 of us rather than 5.
Hopefully. Noodly and I are going to an SCA event. We should be back by 7, but it is always a roll of the dice.
Well, ha 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 ha. So there's that, and also will you be exhausted and so on.
I playing after an SCA event is possible, but last weekend playing after a funeral was not in the cards.
Yeah. Okay, so if you wish, this is a safe spot to take a full rest if you want. You do have a hostage. Now the hostage is in manacles, but you have a hostage. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys.
Does anyone not need a full rest?
What was that?
I asked if anyone doesn't need a full rest.
I need a full rest and would additionally love to spend a little bit of time transcribing some scrolls into my brand new spellbook.
Okay. So we will discuss at the beginning of next session what you guys are going to do overnight. What you guys will have done overnight. Park, you and I outside of stream, we'll do some rolls to discuss what you're able to transcribe in.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the meantime, thanks for game. This was a fantastic session, and I was at least as scared as you guys with that friggin' blood pudding.
Cool.
I was proud of that.
I'm proud of you guys. Like that, I don't know what I would have done.
You would have probably just lost Fisk. I would have died in a blaze of glory, and I would have actually been pretty happy as a player.
It was so frustrating.
It's like, yep, you're just gonna close the door and lock it, and I'm just gonna keep on banging until I die.
Yeah, Baruch, I can see how it's frustrating because like
all my damage is mental. All of my damage, every single thing I can do except shoot bolts is mental damage.
Yep.
Well, you will have your opportunity to, metagame, I'll tell you this, you will have your opportunity to come into your own as far as mental damage.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
In an insane asylum,
mindless things are rare.
Yeah.
Mindless things aren't super rare.
They're not super rare, but they're rare.
Most
things in the world have a mind.
They occur often enough that having all of your damage potential come from attacks that are mental is a bad idea.
I'm an oracle.
But
Most of my...
for the most part, having all of your damage potential come from one specific damage type is just a bad idea in general.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really damage spec though. Like I'm not really focused on doing damage.
Right,
I'm
and
either
that's fine.
healing or knowledge spec. You know, depending on how you want to look at it.
Well, that's why you have an armory that is now free for the taking. So take things if you wish. Take whatever would not encumber you.
I already have a staff.
You have the whole time?
Is the staff has a reach?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had a staff the
reach
whole
of
time.
5 feet. Usually, if you have a very large staff, it could be 10.
It says
So
staff.
that's more of a halberd.
No, it just says staff. +4.
It just says
1d4.
staff?
It just says staff.
Okay, so yeah, staff. I don't know that staffs have a reach. They might.
But they just have a reach of 5, like everything else.
I mean,
Yeah, so
basically, yeah.
walking up to the monster was kind of the kind of thing that squishy oracles don't do when they have an AC of 16.
Yeah, but at 5 feet, how much damage are you actually going to be able to do? But with a staff, you're going to be able to tap it.
Yeah, I think I was
probably
better
like
served
1d6.
with the tanky with
1d4. It's 1d4 bludgeoning.
1d4.
Staff is 1d4 bludgeoning, but it has if you use two hands with
Two-handed.
it, it is 1d8.
Yeah.
Ooh! I'm just talking in a practical sense. If you're swinging a 5-foot staff at a creature 5 feet away, are you really going to be able to do
And
anything?
quite honestly, if you're using a quarterstaff, you're using it two-handed. You're doing the whole Robin Hood.
Right, so the reach is going to be even less there.
No, it's still 5 feet.
It's a quarterstaff is usually about 6 feet long.
Freaking
Yeah. Staff and quarterstaff, not the same thing.
I guess
It just says staff.
I'm
it's
only-
like the simplest of simple weapons. It's an oracle. Like, oracles aren't really trained in weaponry unless you go like the oracle.
I'm
weapon
only a
master.
quarter staff. My mom was a half staff.
And a quarterstaff doesn't appear in the core book. It's just
I don't
staff
know.
in the core book.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It is.
Options. What are the
I know there's
options?
I know there's a
Oh,
bow
there's
staff.
runes and stuff.
Yes. There's a bow staff. It's a martial weapon. It does slightly more damage. But it is automatically two hands, and it gets like a bunch of weapon traits.
Yeah, the weapon traits are
Okay, so you're
monk,
using the staff.
parry, reach, and trip.
What was I going to use the staff against?
Well, if Fisk and Azure had dropped, it was going to be you and me whacking at the thing.
All right, well, if that happened, then that was going to happen next. But it didn't happen. Anyway.
I'm happy. I've got a crossbow. My range damage can now be 1d8.
I have a hand crossbow. It's 1d6.
I already had
Yep.
a sling. Which
Don't
was
forget to load
1d6,
up on ammunition.
Yep,
I
got
have
bolts.
20 already. Do I need more
Get
than 20
more.
bolts?
Get more. All
Yes.
of the ammunitions.
So should I just fill up my bulk from 4.7 to 4.9 on
I would just get another 2 boxes.
Yeah, get another couple of.
All
couple of
right,
boxes.
let's typing it away. That's. Am I encumbered at 5 or am I encumbered at 4.9, like 5.1 or whatever?
5 is
At
your
5.
your encumbrance is 5.
It says current bulk 4.9, encumbered 5, maximum 10.
You are
Okay.
encumbered when you hit 5.
Encumbered
until
at
5.
5 or greater than 5, because if greater than 5, then it would be 5.9 he can carry. I actually don't know the answer to this one.
I'm reasonably sure it's when you hit 5, you are encumbered.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I now have 40 bolts, never having fired a single one, and I'm at current bulk 4.9. Yay!
Yeah.
Is that accounting for your torture's tools?
Including my torturer's artisan's tools. Yes, I added them in.
Yeah, because those were like 2 bulk on their own, weren't they?
I don't remember. but
Artisan's
something like
tools?
that, yeah.
Artisan's
Info.
tools are pretty bulky.
Bulk
I
2.
didn't realize.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
As they
That's
are
quite
not
good.
a
yeah.
full set of artisan's tools, they are specifically torturer's tools. Are they still bulk 2?
Yeah, it's artisan's tools with a subtitle of torture.
We would assume so, yeah.
All right.
Remember that if you have a backpack, items that are stored within your backpack, the first 2 bulk of a backpack don't count towards your encumbrance.
How do I? Oh, is our main inventory and then a backpack? Okay.
Yeah.
How do I add the things from my main to my backpack? I didn't realize.
If you click on them,
What?
If you click on the item, it'll come up and you'll see on the top left main inventory as a drop-down menu. Then you can select backpack.
Yeah, you can move them around that way.
What was it that you were carrying around for several sessions, Matt?
The rest of the party.
Oh!
No.
I mean, I probably still have it
There
on.
was-
Well,
it was the wardrobe and then the
I don't know what I was
like a
thinking.
crafting kit or something, wasn't it?
It was something wild, like
Yeah.
Like a chest, like a trunk.
yeah, and like
I don't remember
a
anymore.
tool or something. Yeah, he was just carrying around something that was like straight up 5 bulk, and it was.
Oh, wasn't it like a thing of like silverware?
Yes, he was carrying around like an entire like.
Oh yeah, it was the cooking. It was the cooking kit.
Yes.
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 That's right. The cook tool.
Cookware. The cookware, which is 2 bulk, right?
Like
Yeah.
a full load of pots and pans. Just
Who is this?
Me.
It sounds reasonable. I'm
You
like,
know what?
it sounds like something I would do. That sounds reasonable.
You know what else it sounds? Really, really loud to be carrying around a full set of pots and pans.
Let me just ask you this: Did everyone pack soap?
Ka-tonk.
Did everyone buy and pack soap?
Yes.
Yes, because you need soap.
Yes, but there's a difference between I have enough things so that I can cook for myself on the road, and I have a professional kitchen that I'm carrying around with me at all times as a wizard who is canonically on his break from school and took
Additionally,
Sasquatch as a minor.
soap is a automatic in the adventurer's kit.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
Cookware
I didn't
is
know
not. I have soap, and
Actually,
I'm a
purchased it
freaking
and I
robot.
had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Then I realized that it was.
Would that properly be polish?
I also have a repair kit, so yes.
Does your soap come in the form of like an antivirus software package?
Oh, the automaton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It's specialty soap. I also have a tent because who likes sleeping outdoors? Did everyone get themselves a tent?
Yeah, I did.
I don't, but I don't really sleep.
I have a bedroll.
You're not sharing my tent.
I kind of position myself behind Azure, whichever way the wind is blowing.
Anyway, the wind blows.
Also, randomly, everyone should get a set of earplugs. They have like no bulk, and they really reduce sonic damage if it's like a thing. Just saying, earplugs very useful.
They only reduce
Yeah,
sonic
but it drops
damage if you have
durability,
time to put them in.
If you know you're going into a fight with a siren, put a pair of earplugs in, or with some kind of seductress or other person who's like, you can see that they're there, and you close the door and you open it up with a pair of earplugs in.
Sigh. Let's see. So,
So my encumbrance is better now because I put a bunch of things in my backpack.
okay, good. Yeah, I think everybody has a backpack.
If you get the Adventurers kit, it comes with the backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've all got our fantasy Jan sports.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I got nothing else to do.
Oh, by the way, this is the entire for Jonathan, who liked the little snippet. That is the entire Arthur Eggfort speech about being an adventurer that I just dropped in the Twitch, along with some stock photo, dude, because that is like Dimension 20 is not acted. Well, it is acted by real people, but they're playing a D&D game, so I don't know who that is. But that is also a very good representation of what Arthur Eggfort looks like in the game.
Oh, okay.
My favorite part is, and never forget all of you, that the greatest magic of all is chronomancy, the magic of time. And then in the very last episode of season 1, this NPC asks a character, remember, what did I tell you was the greatest magic? And they respond, I don't know, friendship? Friendship? No! Chronomancy! Time magic!
Wouldn't it be the second true magic or whatever it is from what's her name?
Not in this universe. In that universe, it's chronomancy, the magic of time.
Infinite dimensions? No?
All right.
Go ahead and close it out for us.
All right, so that is going to be the end of our... I'm going to make sure I'm spelling her name right. The end of our stream for the evening. We are going to raid friend of the stream, BB Stellar B, who is streaming right now. Mikey will be back tomorrow with his normal Monday bullshit. Streams are a possibility on Thursday and any other time randomly, but the next scheduled one is Thursday. Next Saturday, Mikey will probably throw himself on the grenade of us not being there. And then we will see you in a week for more Final Fantasy and more Pathfinder.
But hey, you know what that means when Mikey does a stream that's not on his regular schedule.
Mikey will be playing Elden Ring.
Yep.
In the meantime, thank you all for being here, and we will see you next time.
Bye, Internet.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Okay.
All right, the raid has gone.
Alrighty.